is tight. Who will rise in the heat of the night? The finish line's near, we're on the edge. Who's taking the crown? Who's falling off the ledge? Mud flies, engines scream. White knuckle drivers chase their dream. Hearts pounding loud and roar. Bob calls it all with a thunderous roar. So thank you again for tuning in tight. BobbethTV, where we live the fight. The engines may cool, but the legend will grow. Till next time, welcome back to the show. Engines prime, the lights go low. The crowd is roaring, time to go. Thank you for joining, the spotlight's aglow. Welcome to the show, BobbethTV, let's roll. Bob on the mic, the voice of the night, calling every lap under fierce floodlight. Mud flies, engines scream. White knuckle drivers chase their dream. Hearts pounding loud and roar. Bob calls it all with a thunderous roar. There goes Von Mead, ripping through the bend. Tomlin the Terminator, pushing to the end. John Bennett's drifting, Foxworth's on fire. McLean and Jackson climbing higher and higher. Travis still chasing Poudre, but Chad's on fire. Mud flies, engines scream. White knuckle drivers chase their dream. Hearts pounding loud and roar. Bob calls it all with a thunderous roar. There goes Von Mead, ripping through the bend. Tom Land, the Terminator, pushing to the end. John Bennett's drifting, Foxworth's on fire. McLean and Jackson climbing higher and higher. Travis still chasing Poudre, but Chad's on fire. Mud flies, engines scream. White knuckle drivers chase their dream. Hearts pounding loud and roar. Bob calls it all with a thunderous roar. Steel and speed, the battle is tight. Who will rise in the heat of the night? The finish line's near, we're on the edge. Who's taking the crown? Who's falling off the ledge? Mud flies, engines scream. White knuckle drivers chase their dream. Hearts pounding loud and roar. Bob calls it all with a thunderous roar. So thank you again for tuning in tight. BobbethTV, where we live the fight. The engines may cool, but the legend will grow. Till next time, welcome back to the show. Engines prime, the lights go low. The crowd is roaring, time to go.
All right, we're going to cut the intro there because BobbethTV is live, and you know what that means. We've got 3 more days of racing action here for the Knuckleheadz iRacing League. It is championship round, 5 races, 5 champions to be crowned and have a chat to as we wait for our streaming information to come up on our screen. Come on, there it is. This is, of course, up first, the REECE Monument Dirt Street Stocks Dirt Street Stocks here at Eldora. We will have the KP Plumbing UMP Modifieds up afterwards, and they will be at the dirt track at Charlotte. So easily two of my favourite tracks here today. We are going to go live a little bit earlier than usual, just because we've got a few things we need to cover here today. So we'll look down on the track. Looks like 16 drivers have registered. I know Chris Standridge, who is vying for this championship right here, is not here today, unfortunately. Well, not unfortunately, fortunately spending time with the family, but unfortunately not able to race with us. But we've got Brian Angel, Jim Ravis, John Bennett, Josh Roberts, Bryson Freeze, Kelly McKellen, Brett Vanderwood, Wayne Bridges, Travis McDonald, Matthew Land, Ken McLean, Mikey Mixter, Jonathan Foxworth, Michael Butler, Lewis Catalan and Chad Puttable all ready for tonight's race. I do believe this one was between Chris Standridge and Travis McDonald. So looks like with no Chris, it will free Travis to try and run this one home. 110 to 108 points. Oh, Nige! Hey there, Dad. I really missed you. It's been a while. Yeah, I had to take a couple of days break. Really bad timing, I know, considering our conversation the other day. But it was just around the same time. I just had to take a bit of a small break. Things were getting to me a little bit, but I will be back. Welcome in. Two champions to be named here today: the REECE Monument Dirt Street Stocks and the KP Plumbing UMP Modified. So I'm pretty sure we know who both those champions are. It's going to be Travis McDonald for the the REECE Monument Dirt Street Stocks, and Ken McLean is our KP Plumbing UMP Modified champion for this season. But we do have one final race to race out. Frida, please come back. We miss you so much, mate. Are you even back? Are you even back, Frida? I mean, don't guilt me if you're not back yet, mate. All right. Now, that's right. The reason we're going live early is obviously, yeah, it is championship round, and there are some points situations to be discussed. But also, it was a bit of a sad week for race car fans over the weekend. Over the last week. Unfortunately, NASCAR driver Greg Biffle and his family and some friends passed away in a horrible plane crash. Wasn't familiar with his career as much. I know a lot of people didn't seem to be sort of one of those ones that people were pretty ambiguous with in terms of on the track, but off the track, once he'd sort of finished up his racing career, apparently he is the nicest guy, and much like Do It Like Dale was the phrase with Dale Earnhardt. Be like Biff is the phrase that's sort of coming out of this situation. But tragically himself, his wife Christina, and his children Ryder and Emma, all killed in the crash, along with some family friends, Dennis Dutton, Jack Dutton, and Craig Wadsworth. So the boys will be doing a bit of a lap of honour before the practice is finished in memory of Greg and everything he's done for the sport. You are back. Awesome, Frida. I got my house back yesterday as well, so 1015 North Rockford, 8 spare keys to give out. Just talking about my extra life. For those of you that know me on this side of things, this is iRacing. I do commentary for the Knuckleheadz iRacing League, but I also have another online personality where I help maintain an online GTA 5M roleplay server, and the two lives are crossing over a little bit. You'd have to fuck me for it, Nige. You can have it. But yeah, the two lives are crossing over, and it warms my heart. It does. It's cool that there's some 5M guys in iRacing, and that there's some iRacing guys checking out 5M and stuff like that. All right, still got about 5 minutes in practice. Probably about 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes of practice left of actual practice. Looks like 18.72 seems to be around that quick time. 18.669, 18.605 actually. Holy crap. That is a quick time there. Bryce Freeze, Ken McLean, 18.603 as well. I'll be a good racer, Dad. We're the best racists, I think. Nah. I love that phrase. Like what a pretty good name. Twitch dashboard. Ah, bits leader. You're my bits leader. That's what it is. Okay. First set of cores or a BMG. Look, I do too in the customization and freedom stuff. Like a set of cores as a game by itself, wasn't that big a fan of it, but now that I have literally the street that the people do burnouts in my suburb in the game, and I can drive my little brother's Commodore in the game and do burnouts in a street I grew up in. Yeah, it's really opened up my eyes for a set of cores. A BMG though, that is just such a playground. Holy shit, that's fun. Alright, looks like we've got about 2 minutes left, so I guess we'll move on over to our lap of honour very shortly. Yeah, I've got the lifetime key for Content Manager. Off of that Ivan fella. He's a good guy, actually. Crazy the shit that he builds with that Content Manager. All right. Thought that we're going to have a sure. But they'd start to line up. Josh messaged me and did mention that they were going to do that at the start of the... Ah! No, I think it's actually going to be in the... for the feature race. For the feature race tonight, not for the racing, which is what I assumed. That brings practice to a close. We're going to head on over to qualifying now. No EOLs, so everyone will qualify where they will start where they qualify. Will line up in the feature where they finish in those heat races. So this one, a very important battle. Who is going to steal the bragging rights away from Travis McDonald, who should move on to become the champion. No Chris Standridge, unfortunately. Mike Davis in the chat. Michael Mad Dog Davis, how's it going? It's going good, but you should be on the track, Mad Dog. What's going on, brother? Also in the YouTube chat, Mike Davis back in the pack, racing, iRacing. Nigel Gaming. Be happy Doug got money for bits. And I'm not happy about that, man. It's sad. I need the monies. No, I appreciate all the support you guys throw my way, and none of it is expected. Excuse-moi. So quick time so far, 18 to 694. Wayne Bridges, Mikey Mixter, Kelly McKellen, Brian Angel, Lewis Catalan. That is the top 5. There's one of those bloody jump scares. He tricked me. He tricked me. Do this. Doesn't have to be for the whole race. Appreciate you, Nigel. Thank you. That will help get the kids through college. No, it just helped me buy all my stuffs. Oh, it was Frida. I still blame you, Nige. Still blame you. Is Mad Dog in the chat? No, he's not. Oh, yeah, he is. Yeah, we'll just sit in here for a little bit and we'll see how we go. Brian Angel, though, new quick time 18.674. Jim Rivers 18.689 and 18.694 for Wayne Bridges. Pending champion 18.751 for Travis McDonald. Josh Roberts 18.798 for the top 5. And then we've got Mikey Mixer, Kelly McKellen, John Bennett, Lewis Catalan, and Chad Putterbolt for the 6 to 10, 11 to 16. Brett Vanderwood, Bryce Freeze, Kent McLean, Mike Butler, Chris Perotta, and Matthew Land. Josh Roberts, thanks for the likes. Also Kelly, George McDonald, thanks for the like, sir. Hope you enjoy watching Travis take this one home. As we wrap up qualifying. I don't think we've got many more cars, if any, to go. No, all 17 have qualified. All right, that is Brett Vanderwood on our screens. Oh, there we go. Cutting over to heat racing from qualifying as we get special guest commentator Michael Mad Dog Davis in the booth. Welcome in, Mike. How you going?
Hey, Bob, how you doing?
Good, brother. Good.
You haven't heard about me lately, huh?
No, well, I'm assuming. Look, I don't want to assume actually, but I know that sometimes when we do lose you, it seems you've got troublesome knees. I'm going to guess it's the knees again.
Oh, I've got a lot of echoing going on. How do I eliminate that?
That's going to be a good question. It depends on the audio. If it's coming at your speakers, apparently my mic's a bit quiet. Let me just check some things.
I got like a 3-second delay.
Because of the stream? You might have to. I tell you what. Stop watching the stream, and what I'll do is I'll share my screen so you can see what I see. Because if you watch via the stream, you're going to have a delay. But if you watch my Discord channel thing, you should see exactly what I see. Sorry, guys, we're just setting up here. My mic's a little bit quiet. I'm just making sure it's on the right mic, and I don't think it actually is. I think it's on one of my webcam mics. How's that, Frida? Is that better? Let me just check Discord as well. All right, we better get the grid out. Well, I've got that on my screen there. Brian Angel and Travis McDonald are going to be on that front row. Kelly McKellen and Jonathan at Foxworth second row. And Bryce Freeze and Chris Perotta on that third and final row. Now, you can see my Discord broadcast stream all right there, Mike?
Yeah, I got you now.
Excellent. All right.
Yeah, I was going to get with you a little bit earlier, but time got away from me.
Nah, that's all right. I know this is something that you and I have definitely discussed a number of times throughout the seasons. And not always able to get it to happen, but as soon as I saw you say that, I was like, this is the perfect time to do it. Let's get it done. All right, we are off racing heat 1 of the REECE Monument Dirt Street Stocks here. Let's get our cameras sorted out so we can see this properly. Travis McDonald, Brian Angel, Kelly McKellen, Jonathan Foxworth. Jonathan Foxworth, Kelly McKellen battling for 3rd and 4th with Bryce Freeze and Chris Perotta 5th and 6th. Is it weird being in the booth watching, like, not on the track?
Oh, yeah, but I was so sick. I've been in the hospital for the last 2 days. I was in ICU. I didn't know if I was going to pull through.
Dude.
All at once, I came back out of it. And believe me, I almost attempted it. But I thought, I'll make 1 lap and I'll be doubled over in this chair. So I decided to just come watch the race and give you some crap at the same time.
Perfect, my man. Perfect. Glad
So,
to have you. And even more glad to have you considering the circumstances. But no, look, only the good get to go young. We'll all be around for quite some time yet. I know the flu game's been good for some people. I know Josh, he got a win with a bad flu. Thought he'd try and race, but no, look, guys, are you? That's a good look. Milk it, man, milk it as much as you can. Get the family to look after you. But what a better way to?
no, it was. No, I went into a blockage in the intestines, and my blood pressure dropped into the 50/30s.
Jesus Christ!
I was about a goner. But
no, still got things to do.
2 days later, I'm still kicking it, feeling a lot better, but still not good. But I don't want to take away from these guys out here working hard.
That's it. As we wrap up Heat 1, Jonathan
race,
Foxworth gets the B-Main Bandit victory. That is, he's one of those guys where he is really coming good. He's going to be a tough competitor next season, along with Wayne Bridges. Dawson Potter's another one that I harp on a lot about. But we'll just get the results up on our screen there. Jonathan Foxworth, sorry, no, we'll go the other way around. Chris Potter in 6th, 5th. Is Bryce Freeze. Kellan McKellen in 4th. Yoda Outlaws, Brian Angel 3rd. Travis McDonald 2nd. And Jonathan Foxworth, the B-Main Bandit, is our Heat 1 victor. And it's going to start in our feature field in that pole position start. We'll quickly get the grid. You don't actually see my overlays on the screen, though, do you? You just see the racing, Mike.
Yeah, I just see the racing.
Let me just quickly fix that.
And look at that car Josh Roberts got, man.
Oh yeah, let's get the grid out of the way. Jim Revis, Josh Roberts. Oh, nice car, Josh, on that front row. Behind him, John Bennett, Chad Putterball, Cat McLean and Matthew Land round out our second 6-car field. Let me see if I can't change the screen. I think I'll just have to stop it for a second. And then I'll be back.
You don't want to go out of your way, man. I don't want to.
That's simple fix. Simple fix. And that way it gives you so much more viewing of what's going on, track map, leaderboard, etc., etc.
Oh, yeah, I got it now.
All right, off we go. Heat 2. Jim Revis, Josh Roberts, John Bennett, Chad Putterball, Ken McLean, Matthew Land. Now, obviously with the point system in the way that the points have worked, we had a few battles last week, Mike, on the track, where Sunday night we are racing out our championship round this week, but both titles, unfortunately, due to Chris Standridge not showing, not being here tonight, he's on holidays with family. Both titles will be awarded to, we already know who are going to be the champions. Travis McDonald will be the REECE Monument Dirt Street Stocks champion. So now it's a matter of bragging rights for other people to try and take tonight's victory away from him. Likewise, the KP Plumbing European Modifieds, Kent McLean has that one locked up. So bragging rights on grabs on offer there. Have you got anyone in the street stocks that you favour, that you think can get it done over Travis tonight?
Oh, you never can count out old Josh on that high side.
Definitely.
And
definitely.
Jim Rivas is always up there.
He is quick.
Heck, there's a handful of guys up here that can win this thing. You got Josh up high, Kent down low. Bennett, he just runs anywhere.
That's it. That is it. Yeah, that's why they put him the heartbreaker. He can just do whatever he needs to do to get the job done. But no, look, you're right. I think it's for a big part of a few seasons ago, it very much was where they qualify. If you can qualify decently in the feature, that would give you a good run, and those opportunities really get lost in the shuffle. But there's so much good competitive racing nowadays that you can have a 35-lap race where those first 33 laps really don't matter when it comes down to it, because it comes down to those last 2 laps. It comes down to that sort of last dash or a battle for the finish, things like that. And that's where I'm so glad to see John Bennett on the track, because if there is anyone that can just pull out a heartbreaking run. Look at him, 3 wide, Ken McLean and Josh Roberts over the finish line. Never gives up, just always looking for that spot. Jeez.
Yeah.
Let's get those results up on our screen. Since you'll be able to see the results, do you want to do these results there, Mike?
Let's see if I got my glasses on here. Let's see, too.
Oh, we've got a
You
new
got
race team.
You got Matthew Land in fifth, Chad Poodleball in fourth, Kent McLean in third, in fourth, and John Bennett third, Josh second, and Jim Rivas in first.
And we can see...
Heck of a heat race.
Yeah, we can see there Josh Roberts and John Bennett, members of J&J Motorsports. John Bennett, Kent McLean, members of BAM Motorsports, but it now says on our screens Triple Groove Racing. John and Kent have done the impossible and have recruited Josh onto their team. Now, I think with Yoda picking up Chris, with them picking up becoming Triple Groove, wrong one, I wanted Grid Bob. With you guys with Modi Mafia, I think some team battles are going to be coming out next season, but Heat 3, our final heat for the season of the Reece Monument Dirt Street Stocks. It's going to be Wayne Bridges and Mikey Mixter on that front row. Lewis Catalan and Brett Vanderwood second. Brett Vanderwood's teammate Mike Butler will be on that third and final row as we decide the final few spots. Oh, I can't believe we're here. Championship week. It's Christmas week. Actually, oh no, that's all right. I was looking at the dates thinking, hang on, am I going to have a Christmas Day broadcast? But no, it's Christmas Eve for me, 23rd for you guys. Dawson in the chat there. Might be able to make second race. I had some Christmas things to attend to. Yeah, it's, I'm actually a little, look, and this is not a shot at the league in any way, because I like I said, everyone will wish the season away, but I'm actually surprised that we have the racing this week. Wasn't sure if we were going to hold it off for the season, for the next, but one round of racing in 2026. Obviously, it's nice and tidier if we just wrap it up in 2025. So, what a way to see out the Christmas week. Wayne Bridges has got the race lead over Lewis Catalan. Mike Mixter dropped back to third. Brett Vanderwood and Mike Butler fourth and fifth here. The Baptist.
Tell you what,
geez, that's a good nickname, isn't it?
Yeah, I tell you what, old Lewis has really stepped up the last couple of weeks.
Another one, yes. Sort of, we find that it doesn't seem to be that difficult to acclimatise, to sort of gel with the group, to find out where you sort of sit with them. But Lewis, I feel like, yeah, he's, you're right in that he's settled in quickly. He's joined the ranks of your Brian Andrews, your Brett Vanderwoods that have just clicked with the group. So he's going to be an interesting one to watch when the next season starts in 2026. See how he goes with full run under his belt. Same with Chris Pryor's another good one that I'm looking forward to seeing next season.
Yeah, he's going to be pretty good too, I think. Get a little experience under him.
Dawson's just realised that Mad Dog's in the booth. Yeah, man.
Mr. Dawson.
If you'd like, Dawson, jump in the Features Winners Discord chat. Come join us. Let's make it a party. We'll get you all in here. And that's the thing I have to say while we've got a driver in the chat. There's been a few times where I've done it purposefully. There's been a few times where I have just misclicked going for points and accidentally clicked on the voice chat. But the fact that I can join the Knuckleheadz race chat at any given time, it doesn't matter what's going on. It could be me coming in to clarify something or to just ask a question. And it's just always, it's so safe to put you guys out there on the air. So big ups. I mean, you can be giving guys crap, but it's just, it's done in such a way that no one feels left out in any regard. Obviously, everyone's part of the crowd. All right, here we are. This is the slightly somber part of the broadcast. We've allocated ourselves 2 minutes. I mentioned at the head of the broadcast over the last week, fans of NASCAR had some bad news in the passing of former NASCAR driver Greg Biffle and his family and some friends, sort of, I guess, not teammates, but friends who are family. 7 people on board, unfortunately, tragically dying in a plane accident over the last...
Is that what they're doing here?
Yeah, so the boys wanted to pay respects to Greg Biffle, and it doesn't surprise me. I did also mention at the start of the broadcast, obviously, when Dale Earnhardt tragically passed away, a big phrase that came out of that was "do it for Dale," and something that we're seeing a lot of, and I need to get a little bit wider here so we can catch this a bit better, is that that Greg Biffle, look, no disrespect to his NASCAR career, but I feel like he had one of those careers where it was sort of just, he had fans, but wasn't really like beloved. But it wasn't until after he finished up his racing and started doing extra stuff with the league and with NASCAR that people really respected him and found that he was a really great guy. And the phrase that's going around now is "be like Biff." So do it like Dale and be like Biff. Are the
Yeah.
sentiments. And I'm not a big NASCAR person. I've learned a lot about it over the last 4 years in terms of my time with iRacing and stuff like that. And this is the one thing I don't care. Well, it's not I don't care. It doesn't matter who it is. There is so much respect and love to the NASCAR and the dirt track family. I've seen it with my little brother passed away just over a year ago, and you guys jumped together and did a memorial, did a little bit of a fundraiser to help his family out. We've done it for others. The Schuler Racing Series honors the memory of Phil Schuler in sprint car. It really is just heartwarming to see everyone sort of come out and just pay respect, whether you're a big fan or a little fan or just were aware of what they'd done. It's just so cool that
Yeah, it's
you
just
can be
like one
remembered.
big family.
Exactly right. All right, well, here we go. No EOL, so they will start where they've qualified. Points-wise, we know who we'll be talking to at the end of the season for the championship, but bragging rights up for grabs. It's one thing to win the championship. It's another thing to win the championship round over the champion. So Jonathan Foxworth, Jim Revis, Lewis Catalan, I imagine they are all getting ready to white knuckle it because they're all ahead of Travis McDonald, our eventual champion. So Jonathan Foxworth and Jim Rivers front row, Lewis Catalan, Travis McDonald second, Josh Robertson, Wayne Bridges on that third row. Fourth row is going to be Brian Angel and John Bennett, Brett Vanderwood and Kelly McKellen on that fifth row. Sixth row is going to be Kent McLean and Mikey Mixter, Bryce Freeze, Chad Putterball on that seventh row, Mike Butler and Chris Perotta on that eighth row. And on that ninth and final row, I'm about to call him Motorwear International Land there, Matthew Land. Wow, I'm sure that's what Tom really wanted to call him was Matthew Motorwear International Land.
Yeah.
The feature race. This one is going to be a doozy. I love Eldora. I love that we're finishing up with the UMPs at the dirt track in Charlotte tonight. Two of my favourite tracks. What are your favourite tracks, Mike? What are the two tracks that if you see come up on the schedule, you're just like, yes?
Oh, I like your small tracks better. Of course, the Eldoras and all those, they're actually not my favorite. But you put me on Lima Land, those type of tracks, and I just feel comfortable. I can't compete with these boys on a big track, seems like, but...
See, I'm the opposite. The bigger the track, the more I prefer it. But throttle control, not exactly a strong suit in BobbethTV racing sort of camp, unfortunately. All right, Jim Revis, Jonathan Foxworth, Travis McDonald, Lewis Catalan, Wayne Bridges. That is a top five we would not expect, but it's certainly missing some key names. Josh Robert, Kent McLean, John Bennett, Brett Vanderwood, Kelly McKellen, basically some of those key names in 6 to 10. Mikey Mixter, Bryce Freeze, Chad Putterball, Mike Butler, Chris Potter, Matthew Leonard, Brian Angel, the 11 to 17. Did we pick up an extra driver right at the end there? 16 drivers, but what a turnout for a championship round.
Another new one is that Bryce
Freeze? Freeze, yeah.
He's a super nice guy.
Yeah, not one I've
He's
had...
gonna be all.
So yeah.
He's gonna fit right in with us.
Yep. No, he's not one I've had a pleasure of having a chat to, but on debut, had a number of people in the audience and the viewers chatting, watching, supporting him. So yeah, he's sort of he's come in with a sort of a group and already got eyes on him and eyes on him by the league as well. So looking for him to settle in. Is he running it right now?
Got a little bump on. Oh, Kent saved it. He would get bumped around.
Brett Vanderwood moved up the track up into the front of 21. Kelly McKellen. A couple of the guys got a few different new numbers this season. I can't remember what number Kelly was, but I remember it was something different at 21. Little contact there. I think they kept it straight.
Yeah.
They're going to keep it going, actually. 6 laps in, no yellow flag yet. Jim Revis has gotten past Jonathan Foxworth at some stage and has broken that lead out to about 1.3 seconds. Travis McDonald's moved himself up into third. Wayne Bridges and Josh Roberts fourth and fifth there. John Bennett and Kelly McKellen having a bit of a battle.
Yeah, these guys, they got into painting their own cars, and man, I get out there on the track with them. Heck, I don't even know who's passing me anymore because it's like, dang, it's a different car every week.
That's the thing, yeah. Like obviously I can cheat up at the numbers and stuff like that to rely on that sort of do help. But some of these paints that you do get used to certain cars, certain looks. But Josh, the best example right there, they've formed that new team, Triple Groove Racing, and he's debuted that new wrap as we get the infamous right window camera. Would not be a championship round if we didn't include that weird cam jumping over to Lewis Catalan in fifth. I've looked everywhere I've gone through every camera that I've built individually, and I cannot find that camera to save me. That camera has plagued me since day dot, since my very first broadcast.
Yeah, I've been asked several times by different people that jump in and watch these races, and they're like, "Well, they're not going that fast. That can't be very hard."
It doesn't translate sometimes, but no.
I said, "Get in one of those cars, you'll find out."
Well, just on that, I think, yeah, obviously with my cameras, they don't translate speed sometimes very well, especially with the turns and things like that. Sometimes I know with some of the races, the cars look like they're coming to a complete stop. But we'll jump into cockpit view. And
yeah, I think that's the best view right there, especially on a wreck.
We'll give you a bit of an idea of just how much room these guys are dealing with. Now, obviously, my field of view, folks, is different to what the race car driver may have on their screen. I haven't set my field of view up to be what would be preferred at racing because I don't race on this particular PC. Actually, can we? How do I get the?
I
can't get the
myself. I like it a lot closer myself when I run, but
yeah, I'm trying to remember what the command was to get the. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I found a key command that gets me.
There you go.
There we go. So me.
That's about where I.
Yeah, I'd be having it about there somewhere.
Yeah.
But,
oh, man, when you get a wreck right in front of you, and you don't have hardly any time to react. I mean, it's just there.
That is very true. We'll go back to external cams. Camera has loved Lewis's run this last 3 or 4 laps, though. We have stuck with him as he's just outside that top 5, and we can see that 4 of the top 5, that is Ken McLean, Jonathan Foxworth, Josh Roberts, and Travis McDonald. Jim Revis has got that lead out to another second since we last checked in with him. It's about 2.3 seconds now. We can see on the track map as Travis comes through the apex, Jim's already at the exit, entering 1 and 2 as Travis is getting the start-finish line. So that is going to be a tough gap to fill. You don't want to say the C word, but you almost would, I think almost everyone back behind Travis backwards would be wanting one right about now.
Yeah. But he's got some runners behind him now.
There's Chris Standridge in the chat. Merry Christmas, Bob and Mike. Merry Christmas, Chris. Love to you and yours. Love to have had you on the track tonight, but unfortunately not the case. But second place, no slouch. Actually, let's give you a bit of a shout out while we're here, Chris. Just bring up the points. So finishing the season on 108 points with 3 victories. So impressive to get 3 victories in a very tough season, but to also be second in points with only 3 victories, that is good, consistent racing. So congratulations, Chris. Well done, man. Picked up by Yoda Outlaws this season as well. So certainly been some wins, but look to regroup in the 2026 season and do it all over again. 22 of 35. We are well ahead of schedule. It's a good thing that we can possibly chat to both the race winner and the championship winner here tonight. We're going to have a bit of time to kill, so you better think of some questions, Mike, soon. felt bad for Travis. Wanted to let him win a championship. He never does. Yeah, those McDonald's, they're so starved of championships, aren't they? Damn them.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Travis, I don't know if you know the story on him, but he likes those rabbits. He throws out them rabbits out there and takes those wins all the time.
Ah.
We always make a joke about him. That's not dirt pellets flying up from the car. It's Travis throwing rabbit turds out.
That has been the motto of the season has been the 88 to the tech shed, please. 88 to the tech shed. Unfortunately, can't check his tyres, can't check his engine, so he's been able to get away with it all season.
Yeah, and Josh, he admits it. You know, he just says, I cheat. He dopes his tires.
Yep. Sits there with the hair
yeah,
dryers on before the race.
We give each other a lot of crap during the race, which makes it all fun, you know. We take it serious, but again, we don't. I mean, it's...
Well, that's, yeah, look, I like to think that that's part of my Australian influence. Obviously, a big part of being Australian is you call your enemies mate and you call your mates bad words. You know what I mean? Like, if you can't take the piss out of your mates, who can you take the piss out of? As we get our first yellow flag of the race, comes with about 8 to go, 7 to go, 28 of 35. Let's go through the telemetry and have a look. It looks like it might have been, pardon me, Josh Roberts and Chris Perotta potentially. Let's have a look there. There's Josh and John on the screen. Josh Roberts, the red 42. So I bet she's going to set a high. Oh, just a little tap by teammate John Bennett. And that spins Josh around. Gets into the wall.
Yeah.
Don't see where Chris. I thought maybe Chris was going to be not able to avoid him, but Chris must have came to a crash separately. So there. Let's jump. Yeah, 2 laps. Oh, the yellow. Don't know if the yellow flag came from that. It might have come from this one. Keep an eye on the white and grey 27 there below the 091 Matthews Land. As those two come in. Oh, there that is it there. The old pinball sandwich. Let's get ourselves reset back up on the leaders. So there it is. This is that one opportunity, that one shot.
Yeah, I don't think Jim wanted to see that come out.
No, especially not there. A little bit earlier, possibly. A little bit extra race to sort of get that speed back up, get that momentum going. But yeah, it's laps counting on the yellow. We're at laps. Caution came out at 28, but we're at lap 30 now, so that's even worse. I reckon we'll go single file restart here, and if that's the case, it's going to be a very long line of Jim Revis, Travis McDonald, Kent McLean, John Bennett, Jonathan Foxworth, the 5. 6 to 10 is going to be Mike Butler, Lewis Catalan, Wayne Bridges, Chad Gribble, Josh Roberts rounding out the 10th spot. 11 to 17 is going to be Brett Vanderwood, Mikey Mixter, Matthew Land, Kelly McKellen, Bryce Freeze, Brian Angel, Chris Perotta, as we do get this single file race restarted at lap 28 of 35. So still 7 to go, Mike. This is anyone's battle. It's pretty much Jim Revis, Kent McLean, and Travis McDonald at the moment, though.
Oh, Jim better stay off that wall. Kent's going to get him on the inside.
Oh, Kent, there's 2 things you don't want to see. Kent with his nose against the wall, and Josh on the high line above you. And we're seeing that there with Kent. He's getting down low. Jim, he'd do best just to keep looking forward and ignore the fact that Kent's there. Just if he's out of mind, he's out of sight, out of mind. But I don't know if they're running mirrors on the track or not, because I know, they always say if they're in if you can see them in the mirror, they're in your mind. But sometimes they can just be, just there, and you're only aware of them because of the bloody mirrors. So yeah.
And Travis is just sitting there just waiting for anybody to mess up.
Oh, let's get back to our special cams. I feel like just on race static cams. All right, a few new joiners in the chat. Thanks for the follow, AT1877. G'day to yourself. Tim Brown, yeah, there it is. Take Travis to the tech shed. Dave Rich going on. Stranger Not Much, brother. Thanks for checking us out. And of course, everyone's favourite, Vicky Shaw over at YouTube. Merry Christmas to you, to love to you and the family. we only have a handful of laps left, so we're going to get back up to the leader, Jim Revis. Just a 3/10 lead on Kent McLean and Travis McDonald, but I think Trent and Cavis, I was going to say Kent and Travis, are too busy battling each other and not being able to focus on the front-running Jim Revis. Dave says I'm your favourite. Nah, sorry, brother. Vicky is the favourite here in this world, my friend. As the broadcaster commentator, you're supposed to be unbiased, but I'm completely biased in those respects.
I say, is she a good friend of yours? It seems like she watches every week. I hear you talking about Vicky.
That's actually Chad's mum.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's Mrs. Phil Schuler. And yeah, I don't know. I just love. Okay. I love when we have regular viewers, and you can't get more regular than Vic. She's just always around. All right, white flag lap. This is it. I don't think Travis or Kent's going to have anything to really throw at Jim Revis here. So Dirt Warrior Racing are going to wrap up the final race of the REECE Monument Dirt Street Stocks Championship round. And Kent McLean and Travis McDonald with the highest of fives there. I still remember one of my first broadcasts when that happened. And I think Josh won. And when he jumped in the booth, I was like, interesting finish. And he's like, oh, yeah, I forgot to tell you about that. No, we used to be serious. And then one guy just crashed. And then ever since then, that's how we do it. And it has been a blast to watch. Just to see those guys just miss. Some of you guys set them up for a hit and then move out of the way at that last second. And I love it. It's one of my favorite traditions here at Knuckleheadz. All right, let's get our results up for our first of two feature races here tonight. That is our last race for the REECE Monument Dirt Street Stocks for 2025. Vicky's going to lurk in the background, but I'm here. I appreciate your support, Vic. All right, so 17th place, Bryce Freeze coming in and really settling in well. Looking forward to him next season. Chris Prada also in that same field, finishing at 16th. Modigan Mafia's Kelly McKellen in 15th. Yoda Outlaws, Brian Angel 14th. Motor Internationals, Matthew Land in 13th with bottom feeder Speed Co's Mikey Mixter in 12th. Wayne's World Racing Series, Wayne Bridges in 11th. And in our top 10, Lewis Catalan finishing in 10th. Triple Groove Racing's Josh Roberts in 9th. Then we had Yoda Outlaws, Brett Vanderwood and Mike Butler in 8th and 7th. Chad Putterball for Dirt Warrior Racing in 6th. Our top 5, the B-Main Bandit finished in our 5th spot. 4th, Triple Group Racing's John Bennett. His teammate Kent McLean in 3rd. 2nd for the race, Travis McDonald, but he will be our REECE Monument Dirt Street Stocks champion. But bragging rights for the final race of the season belong to Dirt Warrior Racing and Jim Revis, who got the victory even with the very late caution. What a battle. Let's get Jim's deets up on the screen. We'll get him in the booth first. But we'll also have a bit of a chat with Travis to wrap up the season. Where's my Discord? Yeah. Oh, Jim's already off. I've turned alerts off so they don't come through over the broadcast, and I really should leave the join noise on so I know when people join. But Jim, congratulations, buddy. We tried not to jinx it too much. We did say the dirty yellow word and caution word once or twice in there, just on the idea that a late caution would probably be the only thing that could give any of the other guys another shot at you once you got out to about 2.4 seconds there. We know dirt street stocks, that's no secret. Eldora, I consider this one of the super speedways of the dirt track world. It's an awesome track. It really gives you a lot of different options. It's not your standard high or low line type of track, I believe. Is this a track you've enjoyed a bit of success at? Talk us through that race.
Yeah, I really like Eldora. I ran the slider line most of the time.
Yep.
Slide up to the top and catch the berm. But yeah, it was a good race. Last caution there made me nervous when I seen Ken was right there, and I know Ken's a bottom feeder.
Yep.
And I can't bottom feed at this track. I never could. So I was worried there. I kept watching the relative, and I'd seen him right there at 0.02, 0.03. And I thought, man, I got to do something different. So I started running the slider line again, and then I seen the gap starting to go, getting bigger. So I thought, well, I'll just keep doing this till the end of the race. Hopefully we don't get no more cautions because my stuff's going to be burnt up.
It certainly looked like, yeah, I think the only thing that sort of, I guess, went your way in that caution was because it was, 7 or 8 to go there, that it was a single file restart. It would have been Travis alongside you, Kent behind you, and obviously Kent would have had to spend that time to drop down. So that sort of, I guess, was definitely within your favour, if anything. Looking at the race, lap times and things like that, a lot of very similar race speed. You do appear to have quick time with an 18.39, but I'd say if we averaged it out, it'd be an 18.6 flat. That seemed to be that average time. There was another guy there, 18.49. Who was that? That was Josh Roberts. Yeah, he was one that just got caught in a little bit of a love tap a bit late in the race, and that sort of took him out of contention. But he was looking pretty fast, and was potentially going to be some competition up there. That's sort of the story of the season, really. In that regard, is insert driver's name. It was either just a little bit unlucky or wrong place, wrong time, and some of you guys have been able to get away with it. Now, I think the Dirt Street Stocks, I could probably confirm this, but I'm going to say it anyway as if it's fact. Probably the least amount of winners, separate winners in the division. We did have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, I'm going to go out on a limb and say probably it isn't the least because there's 10 winners, but you've managed to pick up in that 4 victories. Now, obviously, you didn't come in until the final sort of 6 or 7 races of the season, but to pick up 4 victories, what's that, a third and possibly 2 fifths. Coming into next season with Dirt Warrior Racing, you've got to feel pretty confident knowing that you'll be able to sort of work on a fresh footing, a new foundation, and sort of start at the start. So, championship aspirations next season?
I will see how it goes. Buddy of mine always said, if you can finish in the top 5 in a race season with points every race, you'll end up with the championship. So, we'll just see how it pays out and goes from there.
Yep. No, look, we have seen that the before the going into tonight's race, equal third in points was Chapel and Jonathan Foxworth on 88 points, and Jonathan Foxworth had managed to do that without a single victory throughout the season. So it does show good, consistent running, top 5 running. Can really get the job done, and we've seen it in other leagues. We've seen championships. In fact, I may misquote this. I think the championship was either slightly missed or was actually won with a win on the final race of the season, but the points build prior to that was all second and lower point system. So it's not one of those ones where if you're like, oh man, I missed that win, I'm never going to get up there. You can certainly get there with consistency and good top 5 running. Jonathan showed in this season. I can click on any other random season. Let's pick the non-wing series, for example. Let's grab that. There we go. Wayne Bridges in 4th, based purely on points. The R Series, we could probably do the same on that one. No, that one's had a few more extra winners, so we go down to Wayne in 7th, with no wins, but in 7th on points. But yeah, it just shows what a good, consistent sort of, treat each race as its own thing, but make that top 5 target, I think, is a good viable target. I've often said to some of these guys, top 3, I'd consider that a victory. The race speed's so similar in these races, the drivers' skill sets, that gap between, all right, so you say good and great. Now I'm going to say great and excellent because I feel like you guys are just that good. It's getting so much smaller. And for guys like yourself, that's got to be such a good thing because as that skill gap does get smaller, it forces you to learn a few extra tricks that you might not have considered, or you might have thought, not that you've learned everything you can learn, but you're sort of like you're at a spot where you're sort of racing consistent and content type of thing. As the guys get better, it forces you to think a little bit differently. Maybe go against the groove. Kent McLean's a good one for that. He's forced Josh Roberts to bring a low line racing sort of line into his run, because you never know when you're going to need to go down low and sneak something away. And it's just been so good to watch. I don't want to. I keep saying this because I hope I manifest something, but I really hope that we can get some sort of team competition going soon with all these different groups getting bigger. We've got Dirt Warrior Racing, Triple Groove, Yoda, Modi Mafia. I'm sure I'm missing one or two, but it's just so cool seeing all these groups form, and it's it's allowing you to get better as a unit, but it's also allowing others to get better because that skill set's just being freely passed along to all the drivers. So, congratulations on that victory, Jim. Thank you for choosing here to race. It's been an absolute pleasure watching you do your thing, and especially Dirt Warrior Racing. Been a bit of a sort of a sentimental favourite of mine throughout the season through Chad and Vicky as well. So, you got any questions for Jim, Mike?
I just want to tell him congratulations. It's been fun racing with him, even though I'm not quite in the same category as him. But I like to try to stay with him for at least the first couple of laps. But he's a heck of a driver.
No, it certainly
Him
is.
and Chad.
Yeah, I've been doing this since 2002, Mike.
Jesus.
Back when we was on dial up and running DTR2. So
Yeah.
using the
Track racing.
controller, and
Oh, yeah. Well,
I
that
can
goes back.
remember my first wheel was a Wingman Formula Force GT. Actually, I still got it in a box somewhere. Kind of sentimental value.
Have to put that in the DWR
Yeah.
Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
That's awesome. When you said 2002, I was like, I heard 2020. I was like, oh yeah, we started around the same time. It was like 2020 or something. You know, it was like 2002. That's because iRacing didn't start until what 2012, and then Dirt only came in what 2017ish.
Yeah, 2017.
So
I tried the asphalt scene when it came out in 2013. And I just didn't like it, so I quit racing there for 2, 3 years, 5 years, something around in there until Dirt came out. And
yep.
I tried the R Factor thing, didn't like the R Factor.
No, I
Did
tried that
Dirt
as well.
Factor,
Yep.
did
With the
Dirt
mods.
Factor, did DTR2, and I just gave up and I actually started playing World of Warcraft, as bad as I hate to say it.
Well, we're glad to have you back. We're definitely glad we didn't lose you to that. Because I could say that safely because my girlfriend won't hear, but she's a big fan as well. All right, my man. Well, look, congratulations. It's been absolutely
Thanks, sir.
awesome realizing that we've had a racing history and catching up again. I know I remember you from a lot of heat hosted racing before I started doing all of this, but we have crossed paths in a number of different leagues, and I love that this iRacing world is so iRacing was such a small world that everything crosses over, and we get to cross paths again, and like I say, it's had a very good love for all of the different race teams, but because we're pumping you up at the moment, and Chad, obviously Dirt Warrior Racing, I think definitely been it's been a highlight watching you guys grow and race throughout the season, along with my name. His name has escaped me, and he was a really cool guy too, and I can't remember his name now. I used to race here with Chad before you, but he raced himself out. I don't think he's with Dirt Warrior Racing anymore though.
Lon?
Lon, yes, Lon Franks, that's it. It's been an absolute
Yeah, Lon
pleasure.
ventured out on his own and everything, and wish him the best of luck in what he's doing. And we race against each other in a couple other leagues that we run in.
Be remiss not to mention BCR, Sim Riggs, Brian Taft. Just hearing some of those names from literally my day one, my first day of league racing. Brian Taft, I've known him since that very first league. Michael Ernest, all those different guys.
O'Brien, he sold his stuff to Johnny Ratley.
He did he?
So
Well, he can build his own again. That's all right. He's got all the equipment. He can build his new sim. That's all right. Do that, Brian.
Yeah, Ratley bought his equipment, so Ratley's back on the scene now from Dirt Panda. He joined up with Dirt Warrior. Will Hargraves, he's joined up with Dirt Warrior, but at heart they're still Dirt Panda, so that's why we run their logo on the car still.
Yep. That's awesome.
Yeah, I like both them guys.
Yeah, no,
good guys.
Some really good guys. Yeah, we're so fortunate that I've been lucky. You'll always meet some people you maybe don't get along with or you don't end up mates with, but I've been so fortunately blessed with the amount of cool people that I've met through this thing.
Then Billy, he had sent me a message. He's dealing with some family health issues with his father.
Northcutt?
Yep. And not real good outlook, but he said once everything's done there, he's looking to get back to take his mind off things like he did with his mom, so
Yep.
he's looking to come back, and he's in my thoughts and prayers and everything with his
No,
father and all that.
definitely.
So
Yeah,
Likewise.
didn't they used to run, was it a BRL or BRI
yep,
or something
yep.
league?
We all used to run BRL.
And say I ran that for like one season when I first started this thing. And I thought, ah, this can't be too hard. I'd like to do a league. Oh Lord,
when I joined
there
Monsters
was
of
nobody.
Dirt Street Stock League, I was like, this is going to be so much fun. And then it was just, oh boy, just hang on.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think I think I ran with you at BRL. I think.
yeah, I probably was. Yeah, I just did it for 1 year. I thought I gotta get more experience because it was my first year, and I don't run too many officials. Or back then, I used to run a few, but I just don't like the official racing. And now I don't
Yeah,
run any of it.
uh,
I show up
uh,
3 days a
official
week, and that's it.
official racing is nothing but voodoo, man. I don't race the officials, not
Yeah,
whatsoever, and it just it's one. How can I say it? One or two wrong words, or one slip up, and somebody reports you, and now you're banned for a week, a month, chat banned, whatever. I stay away from
right.
officials. I just do
Yeah.
league stuff.
Yep,
Yep.
mate. All right. Well,
And
congratulations yet again, Jim. I know the next race is coming up, the KP Plumbing European Modified. It's not one we normally see you jump on over to, so we'll let you celebrate the rest of your Sunday evening. Before we let you go, and we have heard a number of names, but we can always hear them more than once. Friends, family, sponsors, who do you have to give a shout out to for making all of this thing that we do possible?
Oh, for sure, DWR. I got to shout out to all my guys over there. We race 4 or 5 nights a week, so more you race, the more consistent it seems like you become. So, I got to give a big shout out to them. My main sponsor, iRacing, iFlags, Jeff over there. Viv's Retail Liquor, Nerditudes, School of Racing Graphics. Big shout out there. Swingingdirt.com and Grumpy Graphics for keeping the car looking good.
And look good it did do. And yeah, no, congratulations, man. Well done taking out bragging rights in the championship round. Absolutely been a blast. It's been, what, 6 weeks now, thereabouts, and you've come in swinging. So, like I said, I can't wait to see what you and the DWR boys can do. With a full schedule under your belt, and I know the other guys will be getting some practicing, getting some notes down to make sure they are ready for that. But until then, we'll let you go. We'll see you again in the new season once we know what's going on there. But until then, man, best of luck with everything you've got going on elsewhere, and we really truly hope you enjoy all the success that you deserve.
Thank you, sir, and Merry Christmas, Happy
Oh, and
Holidays.
also, yeah, Merry Christmas to you and your
Yeah,
family.
yeah. This would be. I think we got one more race with DWR, and then we're taking a break for a couple weeks before we
Mm-hmm.
start the new season back up. So,
No, I'm
anyways,
looking forward to
appreciate
turning the
everything,
alarms off.
guys. Appreciate your broadcasting. I forgot to mention you in
No,
there,
that's
and
my pleasure.
And I don't know, you might see me at the modifieds. I don't know. It's at a big wide track. I got plenty of room to screw up
That's
there,
it.
not
Don't
hurt
chuck at
anybody.
Charlotte. There's plenty of
Yeah.
opportunities and race lines there. So if we do see you, best of luck. Come along. As I say, the much like this race, because we had no Chris Standridge, the championship obviously was sort of sewn up in points by Travis McDonald. Likewise with the KP Plumbing European Modifieds, I believe Ken McLean is going to be the victor. But it's always fun to take bragging rights away from that champion and make them wait for their interviews. So if you can come along and help the boys do that, awesome. If not, we'll see you again soon.
All righty. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, man.
yeah, congratulations, Jim.
All
Thank
right. Oof, I just kicked Jim out of the chat as he was saying thank you to Mike. Apologies, Jim. Apologies, Mike. We'll just save trying to get Mike down to the other chat. We'll drag Travis up into this booth. So we've spoken to the winner of tonight's race, the REECE Monument Dirt Street Stocks round here at Eldora Speedway, the final round of the season. But this man was, yeah, look, needed a championship win. We felt like Chris should take the night off to make it easy. No, Travis, you have absolutely battled hard throughout this season. 10 different victors. You literally secured 2 victories in the first 4 weeks of the season, and then the rest has just been absolutely consistent top 5 runs. Those EOL starts obviously have really sort of put you on the back foot every race and made you work for those top 5 finishes. But work you did and got the job done. You are our REECE Monument Dirt Street Stock champion. Congratulations.
Thank you, Bob.
And as Tim Brown says, he's got a cheetah chant starting in the audience. So we will need you to go to the tech shed after this interview. Well, in fact, actually, just so you know, they are looking over your car right now while you're not there. So we're just going to wait out the result. No, it's awesome how people can, like it's one thing to joke about hacks and things like that, but it's another thing to use them. How did you get them, Travis? No, I can't
Dude,
stop.
it's just been luck.
That has been the motto of the season, hasn't it? Josh has said it. I think you've said it. A few other guys have said it. Rather be lucky than good. And yeah, it's such a tough. I mean, look, Chris was right there behind you with 2 points coming into tonight, but Chad and Jonathan, 88 points in equal second. 82 points for Josh Roberts, and he missed a few races. So yeah, I think luck, and for those listening at home, luck's not a bad thing. Luck's not you poor thing. Luck is what you want. It's better to be lucky than good. Good is near impossible. To be able to hit your marks and just be a perfect race car driver. Even the pros have trouble with that. Have you had a standout race this season? One that you're super proud of that you didn't think you were going to get done, or one that you just were really happy with how you got done? Anything sort of throughout this season that sort of stands out for you?
Nothing that really stands out at the moment. There was one night, I can't remember where it was. I started way back and I done like terrible, except for like the last 15 laps. And I come all the way back up front, but I can't remember where it was.
Unfortunately, I don't have any of the race records on screen, but
I
yeah,
don't, yeah,
there's been a
can't
few of those
remember.
where a number of you guys have had that, like, just absolute, like, it's one thing to be put behind the 8 ball, but just some of the racing conditions, some of the, it's that we talk about it. I was talking about earlier, the skill sharing and things like that. The good getting great, the great getting excellent. It's one thing to improve yourself, but with all these people coming along, chasing those heels, nipping those heels, your Jonathan Foxworths, um, Dawson was another one. We had a couple of new guys join the season this season that are sort of coming swinging. Your Bryce Freeze, Chris Perotta, Lewis Catalan. It's got to do you proud, both as someone that sort of works with the league and as a driver, knowing that you're not going to get complacent. That you always have to keep your head in the game. It's got to feel good.
Oh yeah, next season's going to be different. We're gonna have a little tighter points. I think next season we got some guys that's definitely climbed up, doing a lot better. So I think we'll see a pretty tight points race next season.
That is very true. And look, obviously not giving away any of the schedules, but do you feel? Will you be? No, that's going to answer it definitively. Do you think there'll be much defending of champions, or will we be looking at more inaugural division champions next season?
Nah, it ain't gonna
Bit of
change much. I don't
ain't going to
think.
change much. Yep. No, I know there's some staples. Like I think there's certain staples of Knuckleheadz. The dirt street stocks. I think obviously will always be there in some sense. There'll always be some form of the Wayne's World Racing series in whatever sort of life it breeds, things like that. But just so I'm sort of a little bit it's knowing that this is the last week for a few weeks. It's yeah.
Yeah, we get to take a little break. We get to take a little break, I reckon.
Well deserved one too. I think you guys have white knuckled it for about 20 races this season. I think it was per
Yeah, somewhere around in there. It was
yeah
quite a few.
yeah 3 days,
Yeah,
5
it was a
races.
long season.
And then it was always like I always felt for you guys. It was sort of like on paper, it's like 2 races, 1 race. So it's sort of like hard, finish off the week.
Right.
But then, but the Motor International late models, obviously minimum 50 lappers. Some were 75, some were twin features. Where I just think your knuckles were not only white from the grip on the wheel, but probably white from just holding your hands at the top of the wheel and all that blood draining down your arms because it was just always at 10 and 2. It was just like some long races that you guys just,
Oh yeah, there was quite a few of them, and I think you'll see more of that next season, maybe a little longer.
Yep. Starting to amp it up on the boys. It's good. No, it's one of those things where I think the more racing, the better. I'm just getting my screen set up for the
You're gonna have to get you some more rabbits out there.
more
Ain't that him, right?
bags of rabbit poo, 50 cents down my way. Travis, just swing by.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bob didn't know about that, Travis.
I've been pulling rabbits out all season, Bob.
Yeah.
I come in one night. I was sucking at the track at night. I was like, man, I hate this track. I can't go nowhere. I can't remember where it was. And of course, Mike was aggravating me. Well, he wasn't wrong. About 8 laps to go, I was up front. Or it may not. It may have been before that.
Nothing up
I keep
sleeve.
telling him I'm going to eventually run out of rabbits.
Travis, the Magic Man McDonald.
I'm trying to create a car for next year just for Travis.
Yeah.
Just for me.
Yeah, I appreciate what you've done for me on helping me. You used to,
yeah.
in between races, you used to throw those little hosted races up, and I'd get behind you and just follow you.
Right. Brian Angel done it a bunch this year, and he swears it's really helped him. So I'll continue to do it as long as I can help somebody. I'm always happy.
I just wish you'd stay behind me every now and then instead of in front of me.
But even when you're behind him, technically you're just in front of him via long distance.
Yeah.
But now, look, I think that definitely the open sessions and things like that, the qualifying, being able to be on the track at the same time as other cars and seeing their qualifying line, things like that. It's gone a long way in really tightening those sort of bookends of the drivers in the group, and like I say, it's what you want, because you're only going to get better as your competition gets better. You won't get better if you're just whitewashing them, and it's what you want. And I think that between those two things, between the combination of track and car races that you come up with, it really keeps people on their toes. It might be in a comfortable track, uncomfortable car, or comfortable car, uncomfortable track. But you can see everyone just coming out of it a better driver. It might be just something small at the start of the race that they've picked up, or something big that's allowed them to really grow. But we've said every week, and it's just as me as the broadcaster, it's an absolute blessing. It's a joy to be able to do that this last season, especially more so. Just seen so many new people come in, and car counts have been the best they've ever been. We're in the final race of the season where literally both championships were sewn up. We knew who the champions were before the races even started, and we've got 17 to 18 cars in both races. I mean, that is just insane. It's a testament to the competition. It's a testament to the guys that want to prove themselves, and beat the Travis McDonalds, beat the Ken McLeans, the stuff like that. So I love it. It's probably not as much love. I mean, you might love it, Travis, but I imagine as a driver, there's some part of it that you're just like, leave me alone, let me race this race and hit my marks.
I mean, we all get along here. We like pushing each other to the limits.
Well, only 4 more races to go. We've got the Knuckleheadz iRacing Leagues REECE. No, keep it plumbing European modifieds, Bob. Up now, this is the dirt track at Charlotte. We've got tomorrow, boys. We've got the Waynesworld Racing Series, the Shula Racing Series. That'll be asphalt street stocks on dirt, along with the non-wing sprint variety. And then we're going to wrap up our final championship with the Motor International Limited late models. Yeah, 4 more races to come. All right, you got about what, less than 9 minutes left of practice. I see you rolling out onto the track right now, Travis. So we'll let you get some time in and see what the track is doing before we let you go. And we know this is not going to be the last time we speak to you this week, so save some questions for later. But best of luck in this
Thank you,
race.
Bob.
Best of luck with everything else you've got going on. Congratulations, you are the REECE Monument Dirt Street Stock champion. Yeah, that's it's. We had Cody in the chat. I think he's a very proud brother, watching you pick up where he left off, and obviously I know George was here today watching. So yeah, good way to wrap up the 2025 racing year for the McDonald family. I know Cody been enjoying a lot of hard charging success in the leagues that he's been racing in as well. Before we let you go, and I know we've spoken about them, but I like to have it all organised and specified. So friends, family and sponsors, who do you want to give a shout out to make all this possible?
All the friends, you know, family and the wife that, you know, enjoys watching it, kind of promotes it, shop, you know, supports it money wise, and you for broadcasting for us always, Bob, and of course the league and all the guys we got in it. They always put on a good show. We all get along. Doesn't matter if you run at the back of the pack, middle, or front. We all have a good time and get to laugh and cut up. So no matter where you finish at, we all have fun and make the best of it.
And one thing about it, if you can ever get Travis laughing,
Oh, y'all mess up.
oh, he'll screw up and he'll hit an inside tire every time.
Okay, yeah, it kind of happened to me here tonight in late model racing.
We'll have to
But he'll still win the damn race with 3 tires.
I did one night.
We'll have to feed some jokes into the chat, see how we go. There you go, audience. Hit us with your best jokes that you think we can upset Travis with, and we'll pick a favourite before the end of the night and see how we go. All right, Travis, look, congratulations, man. I'll let you go get some practice in. We're going to take a short little toilet break, drink break, before we move on to the KP Plumbing UMP Modifieds here at the dirt track in Charlotte Concord, USA. Best of luck out there. As I say, we know that Kate McLean will be the champion, so all we need to do now is decide bragging rights, who can beat Kent, and if there's anyone that's capable, Travis, we know it's you're one of them guys, so good luck with that, and we'll eagerly be watching, and we'll see how it plays out.
All righty, Bob.
Thank you, Mitch.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Mike.
All right, that was Travis McDonald, our championship winner for the REECE Monument Dirt Street Stocks. We're going to crown another champion here in the KP Plumbing European Modified. Spoilers, that will be Kent McLean at the end of this race. We're coming in to tonight. He is on 140 points. In second place, Travis McDonald on 125. Pardon me. All right. We will cut it to our leaderboard so we can see some race times here in practice. Kent McLean with quick time, Chad Puttable, Travis McDonald, top 3. And I'm going to take a short break, so I'll be back soon. And yeah, just enjoy the practice session here of the KP Plumbing European Modifieds.
I'll take a quick break myself.
right, we're back from our little break. It is the KP Plumbing UMP Modifieds, our second of 2 championships for tonight, Sunday night in the States, Monday morning Australia. This is the Dirt UMP Modifieds at the Dirt Track at Charlotte Concord, USA. We just wrapped up the REECE Monument Dirt Street Stocks. That race was won by Jim at Revers for Dirt Warrior Racing, but the championship was taken by Travis McDonald. And now we're up for qualifying for this one. The championship will be won by Kent McLean, but can anyone take bragging rights from him? Kent currently has quick time there, Mike. 16.311. The closest time is 16.593 or 580. Sorry, by Brett Vanderwood and Kelly McKellen. Oh, John Bennett with a 16.390 just to prove me wrong. So Kent goes and scores a 16.248. Can they get any quicker? Jesus. Beth Vixen in the Twitch chat. Hey Beth, thanks for tuning in. So Kent McLean. Oh, Dawson Potter with a 16.285. Go, you good thing. Travis McDonald, 16.1. Where are these guys finding their times?
Yeah, I was watching him there in practice, and Kent was working that high line. That's unusual for him.
Yeah.
He was running that high line, and him and Dawson were just side by side a lot of it, throwing sliders back and forth on each other. So
Looks
no,
like
Dawson's gonna be fast.
Yeah, well, 16.285. That is quite quick. Let's get a look at that top 5. Travis McDonald, Ken McLean, Dawson Potter, John Bennett. Jim Revis has lined up in the UMPs. Welcome back for another race, Jim. Our top 10 from 6. Brett Vanderwood, Jonathan Foxworth, Mike and Mr. Josh Robson, Kelly McKellen. Chad Puttable is out there on the track, or just got a late time in to push himself into that back 15, 11 to 15. Is Lewis Catalan, Chad Puttable, Brian Angel, Mike Butler, Wayne Bridges. 16 to 18, Matthew Land, Bryce Freeze, and Chris Perotta. What a field, 18 cars.
Wow.
Luckily, we are at two of the biggest tracks in the dirt circuit. So we started at Eldora, finishing at the dirt track at Charlotte. Both tracks do have sort of irregular lines outside of the normal either low or high line battle that a lot of the tracks provide. I know similar to Eldora, when we're talking to Jim, he said he likes to slide a line run it. So low in 1 brings him through the apex and high out of 2, and then likewise in 3 and 4. And that's similar to how I run Eldora. I usually spend my first few laps running 1 and 2 up high just to build that rubber band momentum. And then, start throwing it in low for that slider line, things like that. And I think Charlotte, very similar. I run that one very high in 1 and 2, and then low in 3, high exit out of 4 off the bank. And I feel like that's a good run, but there are a few different ways you can enter and exit here at Charlotte. So it's going to be interesting. 6-car heat 1. Our grid is as follows. It's going to be Travis McDonald and John Bennett on that front row. Jonathan Foxworth and Kelly McKellen second row. Brian Angel and Matthew Land are going to be on that third and final row. Who's your pick for this round, Mike? Can John get it done over Travis? Can Travis take that momentum? He's second in points. So Travis, technically, if my favourite to win outside of Kent McLean, the champion, is obviously Travis. A win here in this feature will give him that opportunity. No EOL in the feature race tonight, so a win here in heat 1 will give you the feature start. So that's got to be the favourite That's got to be the favourite decider, doesn't it?
Those top 3 are gonna be hard to beat, but I always like the underdog, and I wouldn't count old Brian out back there from having a good finish.
No, Jonathan Foxworth, another one. It just takes a little car, like the UMPs, if they don't set just right, there is a very big change in momentum. So it is on you, the driver, to hit your marks as the pace truck leaves the track. We're about to get this one underway. Boys will come out of 3 and 4. The flag light will flash red. Barney will wave that green flag. 6 laps, the dirt track at Charlotte. KP Plumbing UMP Modifieds. All thanks to Knuckleheadz iRacing League. All right. Whoa, look at that. John coming down it nice and low. I thought he was going to stay up high and just run, but he dove in.
Yeah.
Let's get that camera back a little bit there. I felt bad for Jonathan Foxworth in that exchange. He was the one that I don't think he was expecting John to turn down quite that hard. and did very well to avoid it.
He had plenty of room. It looked like he just kind of, I think it kind of freaked him out when he
Yeah.
ducked down like that and he
Yep.
jerked the wheel. Yeah, well, Foxworth needs to change his damn name off of B-Main Bandit because he's more of a top 5 bandit anymore.
I was going to say he's sort of shaken that bridesmaid, not the bride sort of tag, and in the final stages of this season, the last couple of weeks, he's had some good runs. But yeah, very. I'd almost be calling him Mr. Consistent now, because yeah, you're right. Top 5, top 3 runs. Him, Wayne Bridges is another one that's they're just coming very, just finding their place.
I tell you what. Oh, John better watch out. Kelly
Yes.
right on his heel though.
Kelly is Motegi Mafia versus Triple Groove Racing right here. The Warhorse versus the Heartbreaker.
Yeah, these are probably my favorite cars to run anymore.
I can't drive them. I've got a 358 that I don't mind, that I can barely manage. But in terms of like the mod sort of space, those sorts of types of cars, as we get our checkered flag in Heat 1, it's frustrating because all season you guys make any car I broadcast look so fun and so approachable, so drivable. And I just know that it's not the case always for me in that instance. UMPs, super late models, just anything with that little extra horsepower that really do require that. I've said it earlier before, requires that throttle control. Anything that requires a tennis ball under your accelerator, not so flash at. All right, Heat 1's results before we get to the grid of Heat 2. The B-Main Bandit, Jonathan Foxworth in 6th. Motorway International's Matthew Land 5th. Yoda Outlaws, Brian Angel finished in 4th, with Motegi Mafia's Kelly McKellen in 3rd. Triple Groove Racing's John Bennett in 2nd. But the REECE Monument Dirt Street Stock track champion, Travis McDonald, track season champion, Travis McDonald was our Heat 1 winner, and we'll start our feature race in pole position. Grid for Heat 2, though, as we can see there, Kent McLean and Jim Revis on that front row. That is going to be a fun battle to watch. Mikey Mixture and Lewis Catalan back there as well. A couple of guys more than capable of being amongst it. And then Mike Butler and Bryce Freeze on that 3rd and final row.
Say, Mikey's no one to mess with in the mods. He's pretty good in these.
He most certainly is. He's another one that I don't think he's done it on purpose, but he does trick me. He's obviously the 0 on our screens. That inside line 2nd row, but on the leaderboard can be the 4, can be the 11, can be a number of different numbers. And when you rely on numbers sometimes to sort of identify people quickly, geez, I jump scare. Oh my God, sorry.
And changes his car and color every time.
And yeah, and it's quite consistent with the looks, the look updates. It does, it sort of, it unintentionally means I've got to keep on him a bit just to remember, who's this driver? What's this guy? Yeah, but a bit of a rough start there for Mike Butler. I think that was the 00, as he sort of had to get out of the way quickly up into the wall. Kent McLean, Jim Revis, Mikey Mixter, Mike Butler, Lewis Catalan, Bryce Freeze. Josh Roberts in Facebook. Not going to lie, I'm digging this duo on the broadcast. It's been a long time building. I'm stoked we finally got here. It's awesome. That's having you in the booth, by the way. That is, Mike.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing here, but
welcome to my club. Welcome to my thing. It's so easy to pretend like we do. But truthfully, I just sit here and watch some really good racing and have a bit of fun doing so. The 0 and the 00 still battling it out. That is the mics on the track. Can we get a mic check? Mike Butler, Mikey Mixer. That is a terrible pun, Bob. As the oh no, what's going on there? Ken McLean was up in the wall. Does look like a yellow flag has come out, but he has dropped from 2nd to 4th. Mikey Mixer is going to move up into that podium run alongside Mike Butler. Jim Revis is now our race leader. Jim's going to have himself an outside pole position start in a race he wasn't even going to consider racing at one point.
I don't know what happened to Kent there. He was out there by himself, I thought.
The telemetry, unfortunately, because he didn't actually crash, it hasn't recorded it. So trying to sort of see if we can see where everyone freight train. Oh, here we go. So here's Jim passing him for the lead. No, that's Kent passing him in back. Another green flag. Let's see if we can find it. Here we go. I think it happened around here. Let's just have a quick look. Yeah, it didn't set. Look at that. Just doesn't set in the turn. Gets stuck in the wall. Jim's able to...
That is one thing about these cars is if you don't get it set at the start, they will push right in the wall on you.
Yeah, that is definitely one thing I did mention at the start there. That momentum change, if they don't set, is fairly significant. All right, 6th place in Heat 2. Lewis Catalan. 5th was Bryce Freeze. Triple Group Racing's Ken McLean finished in 4th with Yodi Outlaws. Mike Butler 3rd. Mikey Mixter for bottom feeder Speedco. That is a mouthful. In 2nd, but Jim Revis for Dirt Warrior Racing will take out the Heat 2 victory. All right, our final heat race for the season for Sunday night, American Monday morning Australian racing. Dawson Potter and Brett Vanderwood are going to be on that front row. Josh Robertson, Chad Putterboff, 2nd row. 3rd row is going to be Wayne Bridges and Chris Perotta as we get our cameras down to the track. This one's going to be a good one.
You ain't kidding.
Don't want to put any pressure on the kid, but Dawson Potter, when given these front row opportunities, geez, he takes advantage of them. The 8, Brett Vanderwood. Nice Macca's logo on there. Didn't know Yet Outlaws had picked up McDonald's sponsorship, but I'm loving it, as they would say. If Macca's can send me a free breakfast, hash brown and stuff, that'd be great. Free publicity. Speaking of free publicity, I call this out every race, and it's been pretty much since, I won't say day dot, because it took a couple of weeks before we all sort of bonded enough that we started sharing logos and stuff. But the fact that you've had my face on the top of your race cars, predominantly the street stocks, I think the late model as well, Mike, has it's so cool seeing my logos and seeing people make banners of my brand and stuff on their car. But for you to just continuously run my one of my profile pictures basically on your roof all season has been an absolute joy. I love it. I appreciate that so much.
I figured I had to get some kind of TV time somehow.
Having my face on your car is the way to do it, man. Dawson Potter, Josh Roberts, Brett Vanderwood, the top 3.
Yeah, I know when I approached Chris with that, I said, I need a paint. And he goes, all right. Oh, we have a crash there.
We do. Brett Vanderwood and Wayne Bridges. Looks like Chad Putterbowl as well involved in that. Let's have another look.
I think Chris went head on with the wall, I think. Or Chad, I mean, not Chris.
Let's have a look. There we see Chad, Wayne Bridges. I think that's Josh Roberts just ahead of him. Brett Vanderwood above them. Oh, there we go. Wayne, looks like Wayne got a little bit sideways. Did Wayne, I'm not sure if Wayne came into contact with the infield tyre. Let's just have a look from his angle. But he sort of came down the track and then something caused him to shoot up. He avoided the tyre, but it was just that line that he had that the other 2 cars completely unable to avoid any of that contact. Chad taking the worst of it.
Yeah, you know Wayne feels bad about that.
And that's the thing. That's the thing that we do need to point out is that I've been in plenty of leagues where it can be quite apparent what's happened in an incident. And the person that should be apologising will more often than not be blaming the person for being in the way rather than them making a stupid move. Whereas in this league, I've heard people argue over whose fault it is. You see, like there was famously one race where John Bennett and Chris Standridge, speaking of the two, were 1 and 2, and they came into contact with each other, and I think Chris started to take the lead but didn't want it that way, so he pulled up. But John thought it was a fair battle, so he pulled up, and I think they had to really get it going again just to finish the race before everyone else freight trained him. But that's the sort of attitude you have. It's people will take responsibility for the issue. But everyone will take accountability for their portion of it. I shouldn't, I should have hit my marks better, or I should have been a little bit higher, or blah blah blah. It's such a welcoming thing. No egos, no egos.
One thing I have really noticed about this league this year, and you gotta give props to to everybody out there is, at the start of the season, in the first few races, we were having like tons of cautions. It was like every other lap. So it
Yeah.
was caution, because there's a lot of cars out there. What did we have in that last street stock race? Very few cautions. I mean, and that 17, 18 guys out there. I mean,
exactly. A lot of real estate being taken up. It's racing deals should be expected in that respect. Swifty, best Rust player in the Twitch chat. Good driving, Bobbeth. I'm not actually driving, brother. I'm just commentating here with Mike. We're watching for those. So there are a lot of people coming over from another online world that I'm a part of, and I'll get to that in just a moment as we just quickly get the results out of the way before we line up for our feature results. So results for Heat 3, where Dirt Warrior Racing's Chad Puttable in 6th, Wayne's World Racing Series, Wayne Bridges in 5th, Chris Protter 4th, Yoda Outlaws, Brett Vanderwood in 3rd, Josh Roberts for Triple Groove Racing in 2nd, but KHR's very own Dawson Potter, I told you, give him an opportunity, he will not give it up. Dawson Potter takes out the Heat 3 victory. We'll quickly get to the grid of this one, no EOLs. So it's going to be Travis and Jim on that front row. Travis McDonald, Jim Revis, Dawson Potter and John Bennett, 2nd row. 3rd row, Mikey Mixter and Josh Roberts. 4th row, Callum McKellen and Mike Butler. Yoda Outlaws teammates Brett Vanderwood and Brian Angel get that 5th row together. Ken McLean and Chris Pryor 6th row. 7th row is Matthew Land and Bryce Freeze. Wayne Bridges and Jonathan Foxworth on that 8th row. And 9th and final row, God, this is a big field, is Lewis Catalan and Chad Puttable. I was meant to call him Chad Bridges for some reason. I don't know where I got that name combination from. All right, so Swifty, best Rust player, good driving, Bobbeth. He's clearly coming from another online world that I'm a part of, and I like that the two are mixing. But this is iRacing. This is what I want to tell you, Swifty, I know who it is, I'm pretty sure. This is iRacing.com. It's an online simulation racing sim with basically every form of racing you can think of and format of cars and stuff like that. This is an online league called Knuckleheadz iRacing League. It's a group of about 20, 30 guys from all around the world, predominantly America, that are live in their racing sims right now, racing for glory. I get the benefit of being able to call it and broadcast it out to the audience. But that's where we stand, and we're about to start our final 35 lap race of the season for the KP Plumbing UMP Modifieds. Kent McLean will be the champion at the end of it, but who's going to have the winning bragging rights? Let's see. Dawson absolutely throwing at it. Oh, I love to watch it. I really do. It's so good. That glass ceiling, he shattered that months ago. Yeah, he is just a solely just completely confidently different driver now. Jim Revis up there in 2nd behind Travis. That's where the speed's going to be, I feel like, but the wall is going to be an obstacle. So it is going to be risky trying to set up there. You do have about a car length gap with a caution coming out early. I was going to say a car.
Once you get into that wall, it holds you.
Right, we don't have a crash on the telemetry. Do we have anyone that's gone to the pits? Anyone that seems to have fallen a bit? Let's have a look.
Mike Butler, maybe?
Mike Butler. Okay, Kent did pass him for 9th. Did anyone else pass him? No, it doesn't look like it was Mike. It looked like it might have been Chris Perotta part of it. Let's have a look here. We'll watch from here. Matthew Land getting past Chris. Chris in the 27 car up high there. Keep an eye on him. I'm not sure he was the... oh, no, the 11, sorry, is Chris Pryor. The 21's Freeze. No.
There it is.
Oh, it was the double O. Looked like he got up into the wall a little bit, but nothing crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that caused it, because he went into the pits, I think I seen. But
here we go. And then, yeah, the 091 and that, just doing a little bit of a scoop by. That's a bit of a weird one. All right, well, we'll regroup. We'll get it lined back up and get it started. Swifty best Rust player. Can I join the league? I'm a good driver and very responsible. Look, you can look up Knuckleheadz iRacing League on Facebook. This is the final week of the racing season. They'll be back next year, 2026, to start the new season. They do have some iRating requirements. I think you've got to be a maximum of 3,000. I'm not sure. that number's increasing or decreasing next season. But yeah, look them up, Swifty. They don't deal with shit though. So saying you're a good driver, very responsible is one thing. Doing it is a completely different matter. They have very zero tolerance for idiots. This is a friendly league, so you know, check it out. But bring your best self. All right, Travis McDonald, Dawson Potter, front row, Jim Revis, John Bennett, Mike Mixter, Josh Roberts, Brian Angel, Kelly McKellen, Ken McLean, Brett Vanderwood, Bryce Freeze, Chris Perrotta, Jonathan Foxworth, Matthew Land, Lewis Catalan, Chad Porterball, Wayne Bridges, and Mike Butler as lap 4 of 35 gets back underway. KP Plumbing UMP Modified Championship round. Oh, John Bennett. Up into the wall there, looks like with Brian Angel. Not forcing him over the wall, but just taking up that needed real estate. Oh, the 11 of Bryce Freeze. Sorry, he's the 11 of Bryce Freeze. Almost down to that infield tyre there. Oh, 29, the 20, the 20 set. And 29 was like, hey, mate, I'm here. Had to move up the line a little bit.
Yeah, boys need to settle down a little bit.
I hate so much about the things you choose to be.
That's not true knowledge. All right, as we race on to lap 7 to 35, a fifth of the way into this battle. Still a lot of racing to come, and some of these guys finding that high line just a little tricky. Travis McDonald, about a half-second lead over Dawson Potter, almost a full second lead on Jim Ravis, Josh Roberts, Ken McLean round out the 5. Mikey Mixter, Kelly McKellen, Brian Angel, John Bennett, and Jonathan Foxworth, 6 to 10. 11 to 15, Brett Vanderwood, Chad Porterball, Lewis Catalan, and Mike Butler, Bryce Freeze in that 15th spot. No, Wayne Bridges is battling with him now. Wayne Bridges, Chris Perrotta, and Matthew Lance, 16th, 17th, and 18th. As not one position really locked in it just yet. I think this is the thing that I've noticed the most about the UMPs especially, is that backfield. So sort of 7th to 12th, 13th. Geez, and even back here as far as 15th, obviously, because we're deeper field than like a bigger sort of field than you expect on a championship race. The competition, it's like you'd be mistaken for thinking we're watching the top 3 in the 00, the 20, and the 32. With the way that they race and hold on to those leads and battle for it. And truly, it's 12th, 13th, and 14th that we're watching right now. So it's just, you know, testament to those drivers. It's not over to that checkered flag. So you don't want to sort of go, oh, I'm outside the top 10. I'm like, you know, just coast. You never know what's going to happen. So all these drivers really just keeping the foot on that pedal to try and better themselves. Here comes Jim on Travis, Dawson rather.
It's harder racing in the back than it is up toward the front.
Oh, definitely would. Yeah, it's just there's so much. That's where a lot of the 3 wide stuff comes from as well, and things like that. Like just some really, really close battles that go on. Jim Revis and Dawson Potter here, 2nd and 3rd, having a great little battle. But you want to keep an eye on Josh Roberts. He's one of those guys. If you ask him, won't proclaim that he's super confident in the UMPs, but has enjoyed a bit of success. Is one of those guys that can come out of nowhere and sort of run with it. Currently 4th on the leaderboard, 3 wins over the season, Josh Roberts. So it's definitely something to watch. We've seen it happen, and I'm sure you've sort of experienced on the track, Mike, where you're trying to chase someone down, and then someone behind you decides to put up a challenge, and you know, you've got to try and work out how much of a percentage you give each driver in terms of focus, and you've just got to give that one behind you more than you can give the one in front, which has got to be a little bit frustrating sometimes.
Yeah. I think what I've noticed, not being out there on track, I can't tell, but it looks like on the entries of the corner up high, it's getting pretty slick. And it's almost like they're getting into it and it slides them up into that, off the cushion and slides them into the wall.
Yeah, we have seen that at a few tracks, especially those ones that are a little bit more banked than usual. Bristol's another good example where commonly it's sort of usually the apex or the the exit that's quite glassy, and the entry of it can be tricky, but not too bad. You've got a little bit of room for that right rear. But lately, yeah, it seems to be exit. You've got plenty of bite everywhere, and it's entry where it seems to slick up. And for those that want to ride that high line, yeah, it's you've sort of almost got to set coming into it and hope that you've picked everything correctly, where rather than sort of working with what you've got, because
yeah, you can see it right there on the screen now. Up high, it's really slicker.
Actually, I think
And
we've
it
even
puts them
got
in
some.
that loose.
We've got some turn corner cameras. So yeah, you can see right there in
Right
turn
there.
one. Look at that. That is, and it's right at entry. It's not like as you turn in, like
Yeah.
it's on the straightaway. And if we jump up to turn three, probably not as bad. Let's have a look. Where's turn?
Not as bad.
We don't seem to have a turn four camera. Let's find. Do we have backstretch? No, we don't. Damn it.
You get up in that loose stuff and you just slide straight up it.
And the other thing is, obviously, at the start of the race, where you haven't built up that speed, where a lot of acceleration coming into 1 and 2, oh so important. So those guys not able to get the start they want, and then having to make sure that they can hit their marks to come out of 2 to actually start the process of accelerating and building that momentum. So very tricky track here tonight. Charlotte putting on almost a 19th driver. It's such a shame. I've got Twitch sound effects, so if people watch on the Twitch side of things, Mike, they can, as they watch, they earn channel points, or they can buy bits if you're not familiar with that, and they can play sound effects and things like that. And I'm sure you've heard them on the broadcast and rewatch and stuff like that, but I've had some crazy ones, and I wish I can get them through the Discord so you can experience them well, because there's been some funny ones that I think you're the only one not hearing them, because anyone in the audience will hear them, and I hear them. But yeah, so if I do crack up and you don't know why, that's why. All right, we might.
Hey, what, you better watch Kent. He's gained 6 spots here.
Yeah, I was
in the third.
I was just going to say Mike Butler there on the crash to bring out the yellow, but I want to go back to the start because Jim Revis back in 5th place there. Green flag. Let's just see if I can find. Jim. Guess all I can do is go green flag and then.
You got Butler in the pit.
So there's Jim starting outside pole 2nd row. But I just want to see what happened there, because he quickly fell back to. Like almost had to fight to stay in the top 5. Well, that caution came out. Come up on Dawson, the 0 almost up on him there. Wasn't the issue, but gee, he's doing well to ride that muggy stuff above the slick. Very little room on entry up high, but he's able to get it and set. I can't see where anything bad would have happened, but it looked like on the track map that he just plummeted down that field.
Yeah.
All right, we'll just regroup, get back up the front. We'll restart this one.
You got Chris in the pits, it looks like.
Oh yes, Chris Prada, the 5. 2 laps down. Pace truck leaving the track. Oh, single file restart. This one, 23 of 35. Just outside 10 to go, but we're going to go single file restart. This one's going to be a long call out. Travis McDonald, Dawson Potter, Josh Roberts, Ken McLean, Jim Revis, Kelly McKellen, Mikey Mixer, Jonathan Foxworth, Brett Vanderwood, Chap Ruboff, John Bennett, Matthew Land, Brian Angel and Bryce Freeze, Lewis Catalan, Wayne Bridges and Mike Butler. 17 cars on the track. Chris Potter watching from the pits. No, heading towards the pit exit. He is going to rejoin our race. 18 cars with 15 laps remaining. Travis McDonald hasn't had his fill of the interview process here tonight, looking to come back in with the bragging rights. Keeping plumbing European modifieds here at the moment. Dawson wanting to take the next 10 or so laps, maybe change that. Caution has come out. I saw a lot of red on my telemetry, but it's basically implying everybody crashed. So no, we had an update this morning with my software, and one of the notes said that it was no longer going to count crashes and passes via yellow flag and other yellow flag improvements, but it seems to have gotten worse. It seems to, rather than highlighting the like, it's basically the moment anyone pulls up like this, it records it as a crash because they're slowing down to under race speed or coming to a stop. And it just, like, it doesn't, it's just picks and chooses when it wants to grab who crashed. I think it was Chris. I don't feel like I'm picking on Chris now, but it says Chris left pit lane.
Yeah, it looked like Matthew Land was in the pit as well.
And then left, but that's not the... Oh, there we go. Yeah, Matthew Land jumps to pits. Let's have a look at that. There he is there, the 0901 Valvoline UMP modified. That front left looks like it's got a bit of damage. It was really... yeah. Must have hit it on the infield tyre, a bit of net coat or something, and... But I noticed as he was coming through that turn, yeah, she was really basketballing.
Yeah, you don't have any steering.
All right, another single file restart. This one's going to be our 10 to go restart. Similar to the...
Go ahead, Mom. Take away my
Yeah, this is not doing nothing but helping Travis.
Bet you that was Nige. Nah, Frida. Thanks for the bids, Frida. Appreciate you, brother. You're a funny bastard. All right, here we go. 10 to go. Lap. Oh, no, it's not 10 to go. It's jumped from 26 back to 23. So still 12 and a bit laps to go. The 091 did get back out on the track just prior to the restart. So he is ahead of our leader, Travis McDonald, here. As he starts the 23rd lap.
We had somebody get into the wall. Yep.
Yeah, the 57. No, it's done the same thing again. Apparently everyone crashed.
We had one guy up in the wall, dragging the wall. And he was like, I don't know who it was, like in the top 5 or 6, somewhere in that range.
Oh, whoops. Chris, because he did his... I know he's not in the top 5, but he's one of the first that sort of has this... Well, actually, it says, yeah, Ken McLean passed Chris Broderick for 4, 5, 6, 7, a bunch of guys. So I think what happens is the caution must come out, the telemetry gets messed up. Because I can't see Chris making a run from like 17th to 4th and then crashing. Oh, no offense, Chris. But that's what the thing suggests. You say Kent passed Chris, Jim passed Chris, Kelly passed Chris, Jonathan passed Chris. No, it was the 32.
Oh.
It was the 32. Who is the 32?
Is that Lewis?
Ah, Lewis Catalan, yes. I think rather than sort of try and go back, we'll just rewind speed-wise. Try and get a look at what happened as we get this one reset, getting it ready to go. Yeah, it looks like that slick got him on entry and just shot him straight into the wall. Oh.
Wow.
Just the car wanted to go left, probably a second or two earlier than it should have. Fortunately, landing back on its wheels. That is not really a silver lining, Bob, but he's able to get back to the pits under his own volition as we reset. Dawson and Kent really rubbing their hands at these opportunities here.
Yeah, Travis has to be loving this because he gets that big jump off the start. They're running out of laps to run him down, but Kent's moved all the way up in the second now.
Yep, Dawson's staying up high though. Can build that momentum. See that relative-wise. Kent McLean has it through the turns. Dawson has it on exit. You want it on exit because that is where the run to the start-finish line is. So
yeah,
But at the same time, he'll chip away, and before you know it, he's just able to sneak that car up in front of you. You've got to get on the brakes a little bit, and the new battle begins. 27 to 35 as Travis is still our race leader. Oh, caution out.
Oh, is that Foxhorse that got in the wall there?
Once again, it's really not. I wonder if I can stop it, stop recording at the events and start them again, because it's not picking up my crashes for some reason. Yellow flag comes out there. Might have been Josh. Let's have a look here. Oh, no, yeah. Keep an eye on the 42. Or is that where I'm missing?
Oh, I think it might have been Josh. Yeah, I think it was.
Where was that? Go back to here. I forgot to click on Josh to lock him in on the camera. There we go, Bob. It's been a while since you've done your job correct. We'll get there. Yeah, just got up on that 44 and had to choose between setting or not smashing into Dawson, and chose the latter one. And yeah, unfortunately, freight train on the inside line a little bit by a number of cars.
And you wouldn't think I'd bring out the yellow though. We kept it going.
Did keep going. It's look, I'm glad I'm not the one making that call, because there's been plenty throughout seasons where I've seen them where it's like, oh, they've got it going again, that's awesome, and then the yellow comes out, and then I've seen others where, you know, it's like they're on a complete stop, but because I guess because they're on the infield or whatever, you know, they're not a danger, that the race just keeps going, and it could often be. I know I've been in races where dudes have crashed and it's been a manual yellow that needs to be called, and they've gone, I'm out of the way, just keep it green, you know, they don't want to be that guy, but sometimes, you know, you just have to call that caution. You just have to reset them and start again. All right, it is 5 to go. We're going to stay up the front with Travis. No, it's not. It jumps back another. So that is weird. Okay, so the yellow flaps are counting, but then they reset back again when we get to the green flag. That is not going to be confusing at all. All right, Ken McLean has locked in that second place start. Dawson's now back to third. Jonathan Foxworth and Jim Revers fourth and fifth. But we can see behind them there is an even more hectic battle going on, as I think Mikey Mixter part of that top 5 battle, along with Chad Putterball as well.
This can stay green the last 5 laps. Kent might have something for him.
Could be interesting. And Jonathan Foxworth alongside Dawson Potter, so that's going to hold that battle up a little bit. Let's get up to Kent and see if we can't watch this battle build as he breaks away from the 3rd and 4th pack.
You know, Kent lost a lot of ground that last lap, so he's moved back up high again. And that dropped low.
I was going to say, it sounds like he's listening, because down low he goes, straight back up high through that slick. Sort of coming down a little bit lower on exit, but not his usual line, more mid to high there on the exit of 4 for Kent. Doesn't seem to be breaking the gap down too much, but not letting it get extended, which is another thing. Obviously, it's one thing to have a battle to get back into it, but it's one thing to watch them just slip away, as we're going to have ourselves probably a green-white checkered here. Surprise, surprise. Nothing on my telemetry. Oh, no. It wasn't Kelly McKellen, was it? It might have been.
Yeah. I can't tell what that little box is next to Kelly.
That's him already in the pits. Little box next to Kelly. So yeah, it looks like he's got a damaged black flag. So not one of those ones where it's a meatball with the orange in it. One of the ones where I think, you know, you've got like 3 laps to pit or whatever, and get it repaired. It could have been speeding in the pits also, or like pit entry.
Yeah.
All right, Lewis still in the pits. Kelly McKellen has come back out. Josh Roberts unfortunately popped that UMP modified. We well and truly jinxed him earlier in the night by highlighting his UMP prowess. He's finished in 18th and watching with a hot dog and a beer in his hand now. Ken McLean's just coming up alongside Travis McDonald to say, hey, yeah, I'm the champion of the world. But so is Travis. They've both picked up a championship here tonight, so could be just a congratulatory little side by side. Who knows? More fun to pretend like they're gonna hassle each other though.
He's letting him know he's backer.
Jonathan at Foxworth, though, Ken McLean, keep an eye on him because give Travis too much focus, and Jonathan will strike. Dawson back there as well. Jim Revis rounding out that top 5 start. It's going to be a green-white checkered finish, I believe. Lap 34. No, it's going to be green-white checkered. Jump back to 33 you watched. Just to trick me. Let's wait and see. 34. No, it is a green-white checkered finish here. Green-white flag. Green flag run to get up to speed. White flag will be our decider. Can Travis hold on? We'll start up the front with him and Ken McLean. Travis looks like he's a little bit lower, more of a mid to high line that run through 3 and 4 there as we get the white flag staying well and truly high in 1 and 2 though. McLean.
See if Travis shoots down low here. No, he's going to stay up.
Don't think he's going to need to. He's going to be able to run that run and take the checkered flag. So, in what sort of a mirror turn of events, Travis McDonald, our REECE Monument Dirt Street Stock champion, wasn't able to win the championship round of the Dirt Street Stock race. That title went to Jim Revis for bragging rights. And then here we are, the KP Plumbing UMP Modifieds. That man on our screen, Kent McLean, it will be the UMP Modified champion. But the man that gets bragging rights for this round, Travis McDonald. So keeping that momentum alive. Let's get to the official results though before we jump into the Discord for our last Sunday night chat. Is that what? Hello? Hello, Travis. Just do results before we chat. Result. Got me all confused on what I was doing, jeez. Stormy, he's so excited. You go. Travis so excited. He's stumbled his way into the booth. All right, so Triple Group Racing's Josh Roberts 18th. We'll get through these results really quick, get them out of the way. Lewis Catalan 17th. Yoda Outlaws Mike Butler finishing 16th with Bryce Freeze wrapping up in 15th. Motorway International with Matthew Land in 14th with Mo Dicky Murphy's Kelly McKellen in front of him in 13th. Chris Perotto and Wayne Bridges 12th and 11th. Our top 10 Dirt Warrior Racing's Chad Puttable. And then Yoda Outlaws. We see this a bit lately. Brian Angel and Brett Vanderwood 9th and 8th respectively. Triple Groove Racing's John Bennett in 7th with Bottom Feeder Speed Co's Mikey Mixter in 6th. Our top 5 KHR's very own Dawson Potter with the B-Main Bandit. Jonathan Foxworth picking up 4th place. Podium finishes DWR Dirt Warrior Racing's Jim Revis in 3rd. Triple Groove Racing's Kent McLean in 2nd. But there can only be one winner, and that man is our Pro Race champion winner, the REECE Monument Dirt Street Stock champion, Travis McDonald. Congratulations, brother. I said, and you may have heard it as you were jumping in the booth, won the championship in the Pro Race, but wasn't able to get the win done in the Dirt Street Stocks. Jim Revis took bragging rights. And then likewise in this race, the KP Plumbing UMP Modifieds, Kent McLean looking to go champion and victor, but you've taken those bragging rights away from him. Was that sort of just bringing that momentum from the Dirt Street Stocks over, or was the combination of the UMPs here at Charlotte just too good to resist?
Had too many rabbits to chase around on this track.
It was a good race. Now, it seems a lot of people really enjoyed the high entry early in 1 and 2, and that quickly sort of became more of a problem than an advantage just because Mike and I were talking about it, and you can sort of see it as the camera pans around the track. That slick normally starts more as you enter the turn, whereas the slick in 1 and coming into 1, very much on the straightaway before you even could set. So how was that? You were racing the high line a lot. How was that slick entry?
Wasn't too bad, really. 3 and 4 where it bump was. Everybody was having a lot. It got me once or twice, but I learned it within a few laps. If you stayed real close to the wall and just kind of set your car up about the time you hit the bump, you'd kind of jump over it and your car is already set. So, I mean, you were good to go. Or if you caught it, you know, there was a couple times you see me probably run the slider line, you know, and I
Yeah,
cut below the bump and just drift up the track.
yeah. Sort of that
If
middle
you
high
come
entry.
out low, yeah, if you come out real low in 4, you had good traction. But if you didn't go high coming out of 4, it was a little you know, Tetris. I mean, you just had to watch it. I'm going to say 90% of this race, I never got over half throttle until a while ago when I seen Ken on the bottom line, because I figured the bottom was coming back in, so I had to carry momentum, more speed up top. So the last 2 laps, I was roughly 3/4 throttle. I kind of got on it pretty hard. That was I mean, that's the way I stayed smooth throughout the whole race. Half throttle straight away in curve. Like, I didn't back out of it much in the curve. I just kept my momentum and rolled around it. Mike could tell you that. I lost, try to teach him at a time or two.
I'm a slow learner.
Hey, you've been catching on. You've been doing better. You've said some fast times.
I was going to
Oh
say
yeah.
it's the one thing I think that it like I watch you guys race, and I've had a few races with you guys, and I think my best finish was a second place in the dirt street stocks on some random track in an off-season thing, and throttle control. It's just one thing that I don't know. I'm from the world. You put your foot down as far you know the foot's as hard down and as fast down on the throttle as possible, and you just send it. If you're not hanging on by the skin of your teeth, you're not going quick enough. Type of mentality. So to hear someone say 50% throttle, and I'm just sort of imagining me holding my foot there for that long. You know, and you know, for people that think this is just a video game, the physical stress that you do go through in these races. You try doing a 200, 300 lap race at Talladega. And see your shoulder feels by about lap 100. You know what I mean? Like, you know, these things, or the late models where you're doing 75 laps of door-to-door racing, and you haven't actually exhaled that you're aware of for like 20 laps. It can take its toll on you, can't it?
Oh yeah, I mean, you get on some of these long races, and it depends on how a person's got their steering wheel set up. UMPs, I had it set up pretty tight tonight. Like I'm kind of glad for a caution or two, because my arms are starting to get a little tired, because I
Yep.
was running it pretty hard, pretty tight, because I knew if I didn't the knees, one little glinch in them will screw you up. That they'll sling you too much sideways. So I wanted to be
Yeah.
smooth as possible, and that's what I done. I tightened my wheel up.
Yeah, I think you did benefit a lot from what I was seeing with the late cautions, because Kip moved up and got into second running that low line, and it looked like
Yeah.
he was gaining on you. And I thought this could be a heck of a race. But then you
I
get
was
them
waiting.
yellows every 2 laps, and you get that jump off the start, and he never could get that gain
Oh,
on you.
he was actually ahead of me that last caution coming out of turn 2.
And,
Or from my point of view, he was. But I mean, I had the momentum, of course. That's
Yep.
when I
yeah.
kind of stood on it a little bit. I knew I had to chase that rabbit harder.
No, I'm sort of not surprised to hear that, but yeah, like as Mike said, he actively called that out. It's rare whenever there's a caution, especially late in the race. I always sort of
Right.
consider it that the first person that really did not enjoy that outside of those that were in the crash is the race leader. You know, generally it's a 1.3 second lead or even a half second lead where you know you're going to regroup up. It might be a single file restart, but that's still is barely sort of an assistance. But then yeah, those couple of cautions came out late, and Mike clearly called that out and said that you would that's this is a good thing for you because it's giving you that sort of reset, giving you that you can just relax, rebuild, and re-go again. And like you're saying, those starts, it's just a split second. Kent wasn't really slouching on the starts, but you've just and I remember talking to Cody about it as well. It seems like a McDonald thing
Right.
that you guys have just the reflexes, the brain to muscle coordination is just there. It's that split second. As soon as you're ready to go, you're gone. And I know from my own experience of trying to start alongside a car or take off at the same time and keep that being caught off guard, it really gets you. It makes it tricky.
Oh yeah. According to the relative, that last restart, when we come into the corner, Kent was like 0.4 tenths behind me.
Yep. Yep.
and it showed him 1 or 2 as I was mid or a little further around corner 1 and 2. And if I'm not mistaken, unless something happened down the back straightaway, I was done on the last lap. I was 0.7, 0.8, somewhere around in there, tenths ahead of him. So I pulled back away from him once I got, momentum up. But earlier in the race, I mean, I was on my relative the whole time. I seen him coming. That's the reason I was trying to save tires. That was the reason I was running half throttle. I thought I'm running high side. About lap 22, 25, Kent's going to be on the bottom. And I was going to go down there, but dude, I had the high side rolling. I wasn't about to swap it up.
No,
I just felt I done got comfortable there, and I was like, no, I'm not spinning. I got more pedal left. I'm gonna stay up here.
and stay up there. You did, got the job done. So not only picked up a championship title here tonight, but also victory in another one to take bragging rights over Ken McLean. And obviously, it's, I guess, I say bittersweet. I don't mean that in a negative sense, but it's obviously you were battling second, 125 points coming into tonight's race with 4 wins under your belt. This is your 5th. Ken finished with 6, so it definitely was the rivalry of the UMP modifieds in that respect, and it was sort of a lot of fun. And it wasn't just you guys trading victories. We had Jonathan Foxworth pick up some wins, Josh Roberts, Dawson Potter, Chris got a couple, Chad. So yeah, it's consistency. I think victory has obviously helped, but consistency has been the key in these points battles all season. I think that those top 3, top 5 runs, and they've been so hard to get. Dawson Potter, Jonathan Foxworth, another top 5 run for them. Jim Revis doesn't normally race the UMP modifieds, and he ran with the top 3. Yeah, it's like we said earlier tonight. A top 5 finish should be considered a win. A top 3 finish in the championship, that's a win as well. As,
oh yeah.
Well,
couldn't let Kent win championship night. Come on.
Well, if you can't win championship night, neither can he. And in speaking on that, the next few battles on that one. So we've got tomorrow night, the Wayneswood Arts Racing Series. That one's between yourself and Brett Vanderwood. We don't have Fairbury's results, but I'm pretty sure the way the results worked, it's not impossible, but you have to have a fairly negative run, I think, for Brent to take that. So that's going to be the next championship versus victory bragging rights battle. And then likewise with the Schuller non-wing series, this is the iRacing tomorrow night. Yourself and Tom Land battling. Potentially, there's a 12-point difference coming in. I think you might have secured that one. I can't remember fully, but that one, that one's going to be sort of more between you and Tom Land for bragging rights, and then wrapping up the late models at the end of the week and the last race of the season. That's another one that we just need to get through. Can the champion also take victory? That's going to be the victory, I think. Now is those champions that have locked in the points battles for the season. Can they pick up the victory in the final race of the season? And that's going to be entirely up to you, Travis. We've proven Sunday night US, Monday morning Australia, no, the champions can't get the victory on the night. There's been bragging rights and the champions. So I like that. I think it spreads the love a little bit more. So while I'd like to see you enjoy all that success you deserve and are going for, I love that we just had championship round races and we had 17, 18 cars in both battles. There was no one was letting anyone have that and take it for granted. And that's just an awesome thing.
Right.
All right, we'll wrap up there for you, Travis. Congratulations on taking out the victory here tonight. Also picking yourself up one of the current championships up for grabs. We're fairly certain we'll speak to you at least, well, let's conservatively say one more time before the seasons are out for the next couple of nights. But we know there's probably going to be more than that, possibly at least twice. So we look forward to that. But look forward to watching you race. See if you can pick up the victory as well, so we can just turn it into one interview and make my night a bit easier. But we'll see how it goes. Before we let you go, brother, friends, family, sponsors, who do you need to give a shout out to for making all this possible?
My lovely wife and kids and family, that support it, watch us race, and try to support your page, then course, the shop for giving me the funds to do it. And we always appreciate you broadcasting, and the league itself. If it wasn't for the guys in the league, this wouldn't be possible. So, got to give a big shout out to them. They hold it together, and we all have a good fun time. So it takes a big gamble with everybody to make it all work good.
It takes a village, as they say, and we've got a pretty good one, I think.
Oh yeah.
Even though I do the
Well,
least.
go down there, and aggravate Ken. He might be on a tight leash tonight.
All right, let's. We'll see if we can. Anything you can suggest, we can rile him up with.
Nah, I wouldn't mess with him much. He's probably got honeydew. He's probably got honeydew list. Not his time for that.
All right, man. Well, look, congratulations on taking out a victory and a championship here tonight. It's a good way to start the racing week. Still got 2 more nights to go through races, so we'll be talking to you again soon. But until then, brother, congratulations and good night.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you.
Take care, Travis.
All right, that was Travis McDonald. We'll slide old Kent McLean up into this one. I know it's a series champion in the box that he's in, and we'll let him. We'll just, for ease sakes, move up into the feature booth. But congratulations, Kent. Looked like you were going to try and sort of battle Travis there and be our first sort of season champion to win the championship round. Obviously, Jim Revis took it over Travis in the street stocks. Travis, over yourself here tonight in the UMP Modifieds. But since it's all said and done, congratulations, you are the KP Plumbing UMP Modified champion. I'm struggling with English tonight. This is terrible.
Yeah, no, I mean it was a good night. I screwed myself in the heat race where I wasn't starting up further to have a better shot, but I think I just kind of used my tires up toward the ends, and of course the dominant line was up high, but I hate the high line.
You are a low line driver, yes.
Yeah, I mean I can when I want to. It's weird. The non-wing cars I can run up top no problem. These cars are street stocks. I don't know what it is. I just don't like it. But I mean I kept up with him. He knew I was there and coming. I think he gave it a little more beans, and he kind of started walking away with it.
Certainly had a plan, kept some stuff in reserve, which I can never figure out how much is enough. I'm always that guy that, like, if I was out stuck in the desert, I'd be the guy that died of dehydration with a bottle full of water, not knowing, when to use the reserve and when not. And watching you guys do that, having those conserved runs, and or prior to tonight and the championship round, obviously there's been no AOLs this week, but that's commonly another sort of battle. So, trying to save tires, trying to make sure you've got enough for the end, but also battle your way into a position where you can comfortably challenge someone. It seems to be the tough order of the night. We were seeing it where, and you had a few different opponents up the front, along with Jim Revis, Josh Roberts, Jonathan Fox with Dawson, where you'd try and sort of focus on the guy in front, but all of a sudden you get a guy right behind you or right beside you, or below you that you're like, wait, where did they come from? I've got to deal with them now before I can get back up to dealing with this. And I feel like that sort of kept you off Travis and kept you off that challenge. Was there any sort of challenge from any one particular driver that you thought, shit, they're going to get me, I really have to focus on this right now?
Oh, forever. I didn't think I was ever going to get by Josh.
Yep.
Every time, I'd get beside him, the caution would come out. So, I mean, I was hoping the bottom would come in a little bit more dominant toward the end, but it never really did. It was quick, but it just wasn't quick enough. I was able to get up through the field running the bottom, but it wasn't the dominant line tonight. But yeah, Josh was the main one, and then I was worried about Dawson because Dawson had a good night all night.
Yes.
And he stayed up, top 3 for a lot of that race. So I want to say he finished behind me.
He finished back in
Not
fifth in the end.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that top 5, that was such a battle all night. It was, like I say, it was sort of like as every guy was trying to focus on that guy in front, they had to focus on the guy in the back, and by the time I'd call out the top 5, like at this, like for example, it's Travis McDonald, Ken McLean, Jim Revis, Jonathan Foxworth, and Dawson Potter. And by the time I'd say Dawson Potter, Jim, Jonathan, and Dawson would pass each other, would all swap around a little bit and then swap back, or you and like pretty much if you're battling someone and on the low line, you've got it every time. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, you'll always have that relative first place position. And it's only that exit run on high that the guy like Travis here tonight would have that would give them that race back, as long as they kept it up there and kept it going and didn't give you too much concern, then they were able to sort of get that run to the start finish line. But as we've seen in the past, you chip away at that low line. It's almost like you go under the radar a little bit sometimes, especially because you might be like using the top 3 as an example. You drop down low, which will put Jim technically in second behind Travis on that high line. Travis will be watching him, and you'll just be chipping away. And next thing you know, there's that slider line or that little exit out of 4 or 2 that pushes you up into the lead or over their nose, and they've got to check up and concede that spot. And we've seen that play out a lot. Wasn't able to happen tonight. You did try and set it up a few times, but like I say, that top 5 didn't matter who it was. It was just so tough. Now, other big news. It's taken you, I don't know how many seasons, but the final week of the season, I know one of your seasonal objectives was to pick up Josh Roberts as a teammate. You've not only done that, but Triple Groove Racing making the debut. Tell us about the name. Tell us about the team. Obviously, we know them as Bam Motorsports, but tell us about Triple Groove Racing.
Well, we come up with that the other night. I run the bottom. Josh is dominantly top, and then John just runs wherever. Wherever
Makes perfect. As soon as I said it, I was like, that's the thing, isn't it? It's Josh's high, Kent's low, and John's heartbreaker wherever he goes.
Yeah, and it was funny in the heat race in the dirt street stocks. I've got a picture of us. I'm on the bottom, John's in the middle, and Josh is up.
That's awesome.
But, we definitely finally got Josh roped into it. So, we'll debut all our cars for sure, all of them next season. But, it finally took me, I think, this is the 3rd season, I believe.
Yeah.
So, I'm definitely proud of this one. It's a stacked field. I mean, all these guys are fast. Like I say, they're getting faster. It's like the start of this championship week's awesome. Like, it's been already 2 tough races. So, I definitely can't wait for next year. It's going to be a blast.
No, couldn't agree more. And I'm just looking over the leaderboard now, and we've got how many teams? We've got you guys, Triple Groove Racing. We've got Yard Outlaws, Mo Digging Mafia, Dirt Warrior Racing, Bottom Feeder Speed Co. That's 5 different teams. Some of those other guys sort of honorary members or friends of the family type of thing. I feel like with all these different teams forming, it's people think it's like I'm blowing smoke up the league's ass to use an Australian phrase. If that's an American thing, but it means sort of unnecessary compliments. I always talk about how you guys are so awesome in sharing of the knowledge. And we see that in qualifying. We see that, we talked about it with open sessions that Travis holds, things like that, the hosteds and stuff. But I feel like, with the team building and stuff like that as well, and those little groups, it's only going to make it better because you're getting better as a group. Like Chris Standard Junior at Outlaws is another great example where he's just folded into that group, and like I said, we can't really quantify what it is that each one of those guys has made the group better as being a part of, but you can see it. You can see Chris has just gotten that little bit more competitive, that little more, there with the boys, and it's just those little tips that you guys share. It might not seem like much to you, or you might have something that's completely mind-blowing, and then someone else, it might open doors, or it might completely solve a problem they're having. But the fact that you guys share that info is awesome.
It's been really fun. I mean, and it's awesome to help all these guys, because the better the competition, the better the races are going to be. It's I don't know, like, winning's fun, but when you can have 20 drivers that are just as good as you're not going to know what's gonna happen each week. So that's what makes it fun. I mean, it's just like tonight. I was riding with Kelly in the heat race, and he was all over John. And I told him, I was like, dude, because we messaged and supposed to jump on and help him some. But I mean, he's picking up these UMPs. Because I rode with him in the heat race, and I said your throttle control's on point. Like it's perfect. And he was doing good, and I think into the caution, I think him and Dawson may have got together or something happened, and he got in the wall and broke. But I mean, he had a top 5 night too, so I mean, it's definitely fun, and we're more than willing to help anybody that wants to sit down and take the time to race. I know the Yoda guys. We've me, John. I want to say it wasn't Dawson. I think it was me, John, and the Yoda guys. We went into a big block race, and we did pretty good, and it's just cut up and have fun. I mean, it's a great group of guys.
No, it definitely is. Well, that's our Sunday nights, US Monday morning Australian done for the 2025 season. Still got 2 more races to go. We'll go through the Wainsford Arse Racing Series, Asphalt Street Stocks on Dirt tomorrow night, along with the Shula Racing Series, and then wrapping it up with the Motor International limited late models. There's still plenty of racing, still lots of laps. We say 3 races over 2 days, but still lots of laps to come. I feel for you guys, especially the last race of the season, that limited late model. I think it's 75 lapper, if I'm not mistaken. And that's not counting the Consi battle, so that one's going to be a doozy. Some endurance still to come. Congratulations on taking out the KP Plumbing UMP modifieds. I said it last week when we saw it with the points, but also the first person to take their naming, to take their division. Obviously this is your division. You're responsible for this one, and first person to take that one out. So bragging rights amongst the crew of Knuckleheadz, as well as amongst the divisions. So congratulations, man. Before we let you go, it takes, as we said earlier, it takes a village to do what we do. So thanks is always awesome to give out. Who do you need to give a shout out to make this possible?
The wife and kids let me do this. You, Bob, for the broadcast. All the admins at KHR doing what they do week in, week out, and all the guys. I greatly appreciate them and showing up and showing out for the series I sponsored with the UMP mods. I really appreciate it. Y'all definitely helped put on a good show. And KP Plumbing Services, Triple Groove Racing now. Mess up, don't say BAM Motorsports. Josh and John, yeah, it's definitely going to be a fun season next year. So I'm looking forward to it.
I can't wait. Mikey Mixture also, if you're listening, bottom feeder speed co. It's such a simple phrasing, but I have struggled to get that out correctly all night. I don't know why, but I love it. It's a great name. It's a great name, along with Triple Groove. That's as someone who sort of started off with the Mud Mule brand and was just doing dirt broadcasts, and I sort of expanded out to road course and NASCAR for a while. But as you can see, quickly come back to dirt because, God, that's tough. Mud Mule TV didn't really fit the asphalt. So as someone that had to, and man, how creative was I at BobbethTV? I know I struggled to really break the IQ on that one, but as someone that knows what it's like to try and come up with a brand, it is hard to find something. So it's cool if you can get inspiration. And yeah, Triple Groove Racing, there's none better named, I think, than that one in that respect. It's gonna be good to watch. All right, well, unless you've got any closing words or questions or any comments for Kent, Mike, we might wrap that one up.
I just want to say congratulations, Kent. Heck of a year.
Thanks, Mike. I just want to say
definitely
you're doing better.
You got bragging rights over Josh now because he never could take out the street stock championship.
Yeah, I'll have to
See,
write that one.
that was, I almost worded it exactly like that. Josh always seems to be the go-to when you talk about someone wanting to achieve something in that respect. Because obviously he was quite focused on Robert's Electrical, etc. But I tried to be nice to him. Sorry, Josh. I couldn't control Mike on that one. No. All right, Cam. Well, congratulations. We look forward to the rest of the races. Obviously, wish you the best of success and everything else you've got going on for the rest of the season and everything else outside of KHR. But we have little doubt we'll be talking to you again anytime soon. Looking forward to, if we can't talk to you before the end of the season, have an awesome Christmas. Love to the family. And we'll see you again in the 2026 season.
Yes, sir. Merry Christmas to y'all.
Thank you.
Yep. Merry Christmas.
Have a good one.
You too, man. All right, that wraps up this week's broadcast. I want to thank Mike Mad Dog Davis. It's been an absolute pleasure having you in the booth. It's something we've talked about a lot in the past over the couple of years that I've been with R3 at Knuckleheadz, and sort of to get the right circumstances to make it happen. Because let's face it, if you're able to get out on the track and drive, we'd rather you do that. And then when the circumstances sort of arise that you're not able to drive, it doesn't necessarily allow you the opportunity to come and jump in the booth with me. But fortunately, you have this time, and not to sort of brush all that under the table, like Ken said, it's always scary when you go through any sort of illness or any sort of medical sort of moments, but it really does gives you a very fresh perspective on life. You sort of, I don't know, we not in a bad way, we take things for granted, but it's knowing that knowing in hindsight, I'm sort of glad I know in hindsight, because no, I do. I'm you guys are family. Like, I obviously get paid to broadcast. It's a small fee. It's not a big thing, but this is not a job. This is not me. No, I have to get up and do this thing they pay me to do. You guys are family. Each and every one of you guys are top blokes. I'm so glad I've come along and met you guys. And like I said when we spoke about it at the start of the broadcast, the amount of support that we do throw out to each other, whether it's chucking a logo on a car right through to a care package being sent to your house type of thing. You guys truly are some of the best blokes in the world, and I'm glad. It's awesome that the dirt track racing. Like, it's not this. I don't know if this is the sort of camaraderie you think of when you think of dirt track racing, but it is. It is. If you hadn't had the pleasure of being at a track in the pits in real life, as well as being a part of a league and things like that, it is. It's just a special level of people.
Yeah, that's what I told several of the guys, because when I was laying there in the hospital, not doing the best, and picked up my phone, looked at it, and I must have had, I don't know, 20, 30 messages from everybody in the league.
No, that is the thing.
Definitely means a lot.
It does. It's. I think a bit of clay in the dust got in the booth when they opened that door before. It's one of those things that you can't not just appreciate life in that respect, knowing that that it doesn't matter big or small. You've got an issue. There's 20 or 30 blokes just there ready to go. Nah, how can I help? How can I lift you up? Can I just lift you up? Can I might not necessarily be able to resolve the issue, but what can I do to lift you up a bit? And then lift you up, you do. So no, that's as we wrap up, and especially with coming up to Christmas, I think it's a bit of a sentimental time of year as well. It's. I'm so happy that Josh sought me out all those years ago and said, hey, watch your YouTube, watch your Facebook stuff. Do you want to come and maybe check us out and see if you want to work with us? And I'm so glad I did, because it's lifelong friends. It's strange how much of a connection you can make with people that you've never seen face to face.
Yeah.
But love and respect is all, and especially even the audience, people. We've got a lot of people that came into the chat and joined in. It has reset a bit, but I've got Twitch to fall back on. But we know that the regulars like Vicky Schuler, Travis's dad George, a couple of the other guys that are always there. We've had a few regulars popping over from one of my other online communities I'm a part of in the Twitch side. So guys like Free to Go, Swifty. Who else was in that chat? I know there was a couple of others. Beth, Nigel, Dave Rich, AT1877. And it's a testament to you guys that you guys put on a good show racing wise. that guys from a completely different video game that I deal with online are coming from that world to watch this world. And then, vice versa. We've had a little bit of a bleed over from this world to the other world. So it's really, really cool. And then on the Facebook side of it, who did we have? Kelly, Brian Angel, Casey Walter watching for Bryce Freeze. Josh Roberts was in there towards the end. Tim Brown, he's in there every week giving Travis shit. It's awesome. Chris Standridge on family holiday. So we missed him. Dawson's always in there. Chad, yourself, obviously. It's been good. I feel like I'm wrapping up the year already. We've still got 3 more races to go, so I'm going to save some of that for tomorrow night. All right, man. Look, we're going to wrap it up there, guys and girls. Thank you so much for coming out. Congratulations to Ken McLean and Travis McDonald on picking up their respective championships. Ken McLean, the KP Plumbing UMP Modified Championship, and Travis McDonald picking up the REECE Monument Dirt Street Stocks. 2 more championships will be decided tomorrow. The Wayneswood Arse Racing Series,
Pretty tired.
along with the Schuler Racing Series. Then we'll wrap up the Motorwear International Limited late models. On behalf of Mike, thank you so much for coming out. You know the drill. My name's Bob. Love yous all. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Take care.